Check. So close, and so wrong, folks. Listen up. Asshole gas! Cause you're an asshole! Asshole gas! Because we're all assholes! Asshole gas! Asshole gas! Asshole gas! Asshole! Fuck you! Fuck you! You're an asshole! You eat a dick, you bitch! Fuck! Asshole gas is where we talk shit! Asshole gas is where we talk out of it! Asshole gas is where you asshole lives! Sit in your ear! Listen up!
It was just a little.
Asshole!
Okay.
It was a little fucked.
Asshole cast, here we are, we're back!
Asshole
Episode 17.
17 probably.
17. Bing, bang, bang.
We should keep a fake calendar, like a blank calendar.
Every
just for
calendar
that.
is fake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
it's just what you
arbitrary.
guys agreed on.
We should have some calendar girls for it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Some
yeah,
60
that idea.
sexy 60-year-olds.
Yeah, dude, we should get all 60-year-olds.
No,
for our
I'm gonna
calendar.
pass. Like that.
You
Oh wait,
don't have a choice.
I don't-
Like, we're gonna make it happen.
I don't think. Did you hear the story about the old lady that was coming on to me when I was on a delivery at work the other day?
No, I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
Oh no.
So I take a delivery. It was over like off Owen Road or whatever. I was taking a delivery over there, and so I go up to the door and knock on the door. She comes to the door, and it was really weird because it was a house that you would pull up to, but it didn't have like a walkway to the front door.
So it's
So
just
you-
like bare dirt.
I mean, you pull up to every house. don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
I pull out of every
I
house.
pulled out of that house.
No.
Wasn't
house
putting any
babies
kids in that
for me.
house.
Yeah, but usually every house has a walkway from the driveway to the front door,
Yeah,
essentially.
sure.
This
I get it.
one did not. You had to walk on their front lawn to get to their front door. There was
I've
no
dealt with
pathway.
this many times, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
it is weird.
But
I know
it
what you're
was-
saying.
It
Like,
was weird
where's-
because I
where
just
the fuck is the?
I was
Yeah.
like, "Where's the front door?"
That's why I go to the
don't know
back
where
door
it
and be
is.
like, "You guys need to fucking fix your front lawn."
You need to take some of it away and replace it with harder
"Yeah,
stuff.
there's something wrong with your pathway.
You know what?
It's
This
covered by
grass isn't
grass."
good for my feet.
I
Put
need
some fucking
hardness.
stones.
There's something not right about your house.
So, anyways, I go up to the
pinpoint
door and knock on the door, and she finally answers the door and do the whole spiel. She signs it, and I give her the pizza, and she goes to hand me the tip, and I'm like putting everything away, and she hands me a tip, and she goes, "And here you go, sir, $3. I hope that's a good tip, sir." I was like,
Sir,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Throwing
dude.
out the sir.
Yeah.
you were in uniform,
Yeah.
Well,
She
well.
loves a man in uniform.
slinging that sausage.
Oh, yeah. Do you want extra sausage with this
So-
She
pizza?
was trying to give you money for.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, she said it like that, and I was like, "Yeah, $3 is good. Yeah, thank you." And
Oh, such a gentleman.
she looks at me and she goes, "Is that a good tip, sir?"
Oh, no.
She licked her lips.
And I
Did she
didn't
put some
even
Bliss
want to
Sex
look
on?
at her. Didn't even want to look at her. I
Describe
heard
this
her
woman
didn't-
for me.
you
starting
didn't look
to
at her?
repeat it.
Describe this woman
So
for
rude.
me.
Okay.
What age would you put her at?
I put her in her 60s.
So she's a
60s.
senior.
She gets the senior discount at
Yeah,
the,
she would
the-
definitely get the
the
senior discount.
Coney grills and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Dope.
For sure.
That could
But
be a
it
good sugar
was-
mama.
You should have hit it.
She had like the Betty White hairstyle.
the sexiest one.
Yeah. Betty.
But it
yeah.
was-
What are you. Yeah.
It was
And she'll
dyed-
bury you because she'll outlive you.
It was
She always
dyed
outlives
like a
everybody.
burgundy, and
No, that's the goal. You get married to that person, they fucking die,
You don't
and
want
then
to bury
you are
her.
fine.
Yeah.
no,
They bury you.
No, I'm good because I don't want to fuck that.
You don't have to.
You can just
She
go
was
inside of that,
definitely-
man.
Dude, she
She already hit menopause, dude. You don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. Maybe like a Cold War era sexual transmitted disease, but dude, you missed out.
No,
We-
I didn't.
no,
You can
you
always
missed
go
out.
back.
I fucking
You can always go back.
I fucking pretended like she never said it, told her to have a nice night, and I left.
As one does.
As a gentleman would do.
the
To come back
fuck
later
outta
and
there.
do it again.
Around, 2 o'clock in the morning with the boombox.
Fuck no. Well, what is
Or
this? Say
a record
anything?
player. A record player or whatever.
A record player,
Yeah.
a Victrola.
To make it more appropriate.
Right. That's what she was into when she's having a lot of sex.
Single female lawyer having lots of sex.
Why is she a lawyer?
I don't know. I made an assumption.
my
Get off my
God.
balls.
Lawyers just end up old and lonely.
I need some more of that Coke.
I
in
would
this
imagine
drink.
so.
This tastes too much like Fireball.
Dude.
It's gross.
I drank so much Fireball the other day.
you gotta
Fireball's
you gotta give
disgusting.
context. Did you say drink or snort?
Drink.
You can drink Coke too, bud.
Yeah, you just gotta.
That's what the presidents used to do.
I have never
We used
done
to drink
Coke.
Coke.
I have never done cocaine.
No,
in
that's
my
actually a
life.
really interesting idea. I find it amazing the amount of god awful shit ended up in like cough syrup in like the turn of the century.
Well, it ended up.
You would
in-
have
what
like
was it?
4% heroin, 5%
that's good.
cocaine.
But you need that to get better.
Yeah, cough syrup for 8-year-olds with heroin and cocaine
But
and
it
alcohol,
wasn't for 8-year-olds
cannabis.
back then.
Yeah,
People
they would
didn't
give
drug
this
their
shit.
kids like they do now. They would just give
Yeah,
them whiskey.
they would.
The whiskey a little
They
bit on
so
the tip.
did. They so gave these kids fucking like heroin tinctures and
Well, good.
fucking mixed with alcohol.
They
and
were
cannabis
really good
and-
Americans. They did great.
But they were addicted to heroin.
But
Cough
they got
syrup.
the fucking Detroit going.
But they got over the cold.
yeah, they got over it. Done deal.
Really took the edge off.
That's like if your kid was sick and the only way to cure him is that he would have to watch porn for 2 hours. Like really nasty shit. You would
Yeah,
show
if
your
you-
kid
if you
all the
ended
porn
up-
to save its life.
I would show all of the porn to my kid if it saved his life, but the reality is the heroin is not saving their life.
The reality is that when you have a kid, Turtle, your kid's going to share his porn with you.
Okay.
Because you
I
won't know
really
how to
hope
work liquor
not.
box.
I really hope not. Like, I mean, if that's the that would be the culture death of the nuclear family. I
But
think.
don't kids already are starting to teach older people how to use technology? I mean, it's going to
Yeah,
keep
but
happening.
I already know how to use technology.
Yeah,
I
you'll
can
get out of
access
touch.
all of the porn I need. I
I
don't
know,
need
but
my
I'm talking
13-year-old son
in 40
to
years,
tell me how
Turtle.
to find
If you can still find your
gigantic
dick
cock
in 40
in
years,
Asian bitch's ass, like that
That
type of
was
shit.
it's going to
really
be different.
specific.
See, you're focused on the now. In the future, it's going to be sex box.
robotic android
Yeah, tentacle.
cock
They're going to be real
penetrates
tentacle.
robotic
tentacle
android
porn.
Asian lady.
That sounds awful.
It does sound awful.
They're going to have tentacle porn tournaments.
oh my
And it's
god.
going to be on the nastiest network that no one ever thought could
The
see
nastiest
right
network.
now. Because when TV came out, it's like you go from
Coming
when
soon.
TV came out to like I don't know what the fuck CSI
fuck?
Special Victims Unit. No one
Sexual
saw that
Victims
coming
Unit?
out.
What?
Special Victims Unit.
Special
what?
Victims
What is going
Unit?
on with my voice? I kept going neck. I
No,
didn't
that's
say
a fucking
I didn't say
thing.
that.
SVSU. No, fucking
CSI, SVU.
It came from like
logo.
Law and Order. It's Law and Order. SVU.
Yeah, Special
came fr-
Victims is rape unit.
I understand
So
that,
it's
but like,
either a boy or a girl, and I think when it's a boy, it's harder for me to watch
you know, that's
because
actually a really
I relate
interesting
more with a
idea.
boy than a girl. And I'm like, man, because you know it hurt in the butt probably, but a girl is like, I gotta watch what I'm saying because
It's a
I'm
lot.
talking about Special Victims, but it's like another girl got raped. A little boy got raped. The fuck is this shit?
That's why the whole Catholic Church thing is such a big deal
big
to
deal.
people. But the fact
But-
that like tons and tons of people get raped on college campuses is less of an issue to people.
Why do we always get sucked into this fucking?
Well, I mean, it's not getting sucked into anything.
feel
I'm
like
not
I'm
sucking
getting-
anything.
Well, for the right
You're not
price,
gonna
you
rape
would.
me. You're not gonna rape me
No,
with
I'll,
the sucking.
no. If I pay you the right amount of money, you'll let me. It's not rape.
No.
All right, give it some
It's
time.
a little too close.
Think about it.
Maybe you
think
could
about
pay,
it.
Maybe you could pay somebody else to do that, But you're not gonna get.
But
me
then
to
I'll
do it.
show up. I'll replace him in the middle of the act.
With me, drugged me, and I wake up to your cock.
No, I'll leave.
You'll leave.
Or I'll kick you out. Either one. The fun. Jesus.
Dude, don't you ever roofie me, my friend.
Well, what are you gonna do afterwards? Are you gonna go straight to the police, or are you gonna just tell your friends?
I'm gonna get real sad, and then I'm going to forget that
You're
it
gonna
ever happened.
You gonna tell your work, your school,
Well, I mean,
just that, but you won't go.
see, I just
use the
don't give a
police?
fuck. Like, if I got raped or if I felt like I was being molested or fucked with, and this happens before I'm like, or after I'm an adult. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
already
Like,
an adult.
it's like a 13-year-old kid. I probably wouldn't say
Oh.
anything. Which is really
So
fucked
that's
up.
the time to get them. It's 13.
Oh my god. Like, maybe we shouldn't be planning active rapes of little
wasn't doing that.
13-year-old boys on this
I got
fucking
cash.
podcast.
I got cash money.
Jesus Christ. We got to get off of this. We
All
gotta
right,
get off of
Asshole
this.
Cast shut down. We just got canceled.
We
the
just got
pirate
canceled.
in the corner just canceled
the
our
FCC
show.
has a very serious problem.
Yeah, you can't joke around about that shit.
No, you can't. It's like a bomb.
Bobby left.
It's like a bomb
I'm
threat.
fucking out of here. This can't be on my resume.
It's like a bomb threat, dude. Like, you can't have that on your resume.
I think that's pretty badass because if you have it on your resume, it means you already did time, like you paid for it. Like if you got a bomb threat on your resume, you paid for it.
Would you put a bomb threat on your resume?
Depends on the job. If I was in like excavating or like,
What does
Building,
excavation
like-
have to do with this?
or if I was like a demolition derby guy, be like, yeah, I bombed.
I bombed
place.
real good.
Didn't get
Or
away
maybe
with
like an up and coming comedian. Oh, I bombed already.
No, like
I
we're
know how
talking
to
like
bomb.
demolition, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, yes, I bombed somebody.
Are you
Don't
gonna
worry
take
about
the
it."
Silverdome down with a
Yeah,
fucking
see,
pipe
there
bomb?
you go. You need someone who's done it before. You put that on the resume, like I want to blow up the Silverdome.
Speaking of that, why does the demolition expert that tried to take down the Silverdome ever have the opportunity to get another job?
Why isn't the demolition expert just called Demolition Man?
It's a good point.
Unless there
then
is
be,
a
like,
sub job
federally-
called Demolition Expert, where the Demolition Expert watches the Demolition Man and writes about him and is obsessed with him. He's like, I'm a demolition expert.
I'm a
I
demolition
know
man."
everything those demolition.
There should be a federal law that says that every demolition expert has to be called the Demolition Man and has to speak in Arnie's accent.
Actually, the Demolition Man is Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, you're right. I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you were close.
Sting.
Sting. What is-
Sting,
Sting.
the wrestler?
That's the first. See, I was asking people this question before. When I say Sting, what do you think of first? The
wrestler.
singer or the wrestler?
When
I
Sting,
go fucking wrestler.
when Sting went into the ring with like 6 other guys, fought him off, and had the mask of Sting because Sting was dead, and then he pulled it off, and
And
it was
it's
just Sting.
yeah, it's real.
yeah,
real,
it was real Sting wearing a Sting mask, fighting 6 guys in NWO, and then in the middle of the
remember, it's
match,
really
he
good.
pulls the fucking mask off, and it's just Sting underneath.
Oh man,
It was a good
he
time.
really stung him on that one.
He really stung him.
What kind of stinger do you think he has? Like a scorpion one, or do you think he does it with his mouth?
I think it's reusable, like a scorpion
reusable.
one.
So he doesn't die. It's not like a bee. Like he
No,
stings
like-
you and his ass is a hole is missing.
Yeah, like it rips out like his entire pelvis if he stings somebody. No, I think he's
that
got
was
the
the
rapid
Hulk.
fire,
The Magnifier. That's a good.
the magnifier.
that is a good wrestling name.
It's a good Batman villain name.
The Magnifier. He has a monocle, but it's a magnifying glass, and he uses it to start fires
Mm-hmm.
under his mom's van.
Well, it's all like textured and curved glass to burn down
No, it's
Gotham
super cool.
City or something.
He's got a
Like,
very strong eye to keep that in.
Yeah,
he's
he's got a
so
bionic
mad. He
eye.
just put it in there and just sticks. The only time he gets it, he has to think of happy thoughts to get out. Like oh, and it comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I got you now, Batman. I got all the power in my hand."
and his weakness is if you make him cry, he can't see through the magnifying glass anymore. So you have to tell him like really sad stories about like kids who did drugs and lost all of their future because it's Batman and it's just your dad telling you stuff while he beats the shit out of people.
Batman does drugs. Everybody, I'm sorry to break it to you.
What drugs does Batman do?
Mostly Prozac.
If he did Prozac, he wouldn't be beating the shit out of criminals at night.
And not everybody's the same.
This
It
is a
has
question
an
that I've
adverse
had for a
effect
long
on him
time.
because he doesn't need it, but Alfred's keeps drugging him.
Okay, so he has to maintain like a persona in the daytime in Gotham City. He's a playboy. He's a fucking philanthropist. All this shit.
I don't think he has to. He just does it.
When does he sleep?
In the
He
Batmobile
doesn't
because
'cause
it's
he's
a
a
self-driving
bat.
machine.
Oh yeah. Shit, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, man.
He's in like fucking
They're way ahead of you.
dreamland. 30 seconds before he whips out and kicks the shit out of the Riddler.
Yeah, the reason he's got so much strength is because he's sleeping all the time.
Yeah, he's a bat. He sleeps during the day.
See, now you're getting it.
He's got fucking responsibilities.
He's
He has to do
responsible.
shit during the day because
No,
business
he's a
hours are
billionaire.
not during the
He's got
day. Or excuse me,
people
the
that he
night.
pays to do that shit for him.
Right, party in the morning, business in the back.
Yeah, that's how the phrase goes.
yeah.
It's almost exactly how it goes.
Hey, you got a bat mullet? I got
You
a
got a
mulligan.
bat mullet? I got some bat coke for you.
No, for real though.
Uh-huh.
Sting did write a song called Demolition Man.
Oh my
awesome.
god, are you serious?
Yes.
Not Sting.
No, I know,
Other
but
Sting.
it's kind of full circle there.
In it. It's pretty
Cool,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So I was listening. I can't say names, but I knew about this person who's a piece of shit,
Yeah.
and I called it, and I've been saying it for a while. And I was like, yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You can be in the same boat as everyone else. Anyways, this bitch cheated on her fucking husband right before they got married and after they got married with an asshole that we all know. A disgusting asshole.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Anyways, truth comes out. It's coming out. Anyways, this is kind of beside the point, but what happened is the reason she got ousted is because her female friend rat her out to straight to the husband.
Yeah.
Right?
As a
And
good
then she
friend
goes
should.
like, and this is
Oh no. We have to cut that out.
so
was right
so
there.
okay, so she comes up to the job going, oh my god, I screwed up. Oh, what did I do? The
you
thing about
didn't.
this bitch is she lives for that, and but she acts like, oh, I made a mistake. Anyways, so I'm like thinking like, how is it that women and just sit there and be so fucking nice to each other? Oh, I love you. Oh yeah, well, and this, and as soon as they turn back, that fucking kind, blah blah blah, they go, fucking bitch.
No,
yeah,
that's an
fucking,
interesting
she sucks all the
idea.
dicks. Anyways, and they do that, and then I'm thinking like, well, why do women do that? Because men don't do that. They have the bro code, and it came to me. I was like, oh,
Bro
because
code?
we have to go to war with each other, and we have to go hunting together, and we have to make sure that's in our DNA. It's like we have to make sure that we stay alive, that you can watch my back and I can watch your back. So we're not going to hold lies from each other. We're not going to fucking fool each other, right?
To a
And I
certain
think
degree.
women naturally hate each other because their role. There's the patriarchy.
There's the patriarchy.
Their rule. They're supposed to keep their house in order. They're supposed to raise a family while the men go out and do this and trust each other. Women don't need help doing the woman job. The woman job is by themselves with the fucking offspring.
If we're talking
I think
like
that's
pure
why.
biology,
Okay, and I
can
think that's
see
why
where
it comes
you're
from
coming
there.
but, like,
Because there's no other. Why
a
do
whole
women
different layer.
treat each other like shit constantly? They
question.
fucking hate each other.
See,
And
I've
that's the only
dealt with
reason
this
I come
myself.
up with-
I've dealt with this myself because I no longer am with the person, but like I would see this person have conversations with people they said were their friends, and it always ended the same. It was always like
Fuck
nothing was good enough. Like nothing was
Fucking
ever good enough for that.
stupid.
Like if you got on each other's cases, it's grounds for eliminating a friendship. And I have insulted, sworn, attacked some of my friends,
said
and we're still friends.
You called me the worst name the other night. You
What
said,
did I
you
do?
stupid piece of shit, you fucking ignorant. And I looked at you, and you know I was about to snap your neck. But
did I
just
say
mentally
that?
snap your neck.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you're.
I'm sorry.
See, and that's the thing. I knew you were drunk.
I didn't mean to
And
say
I said,
that.
and that's the thing,
Yeah,
because
you
you
said
could say
some
that
shit
to me,
the
but
other
if a
night.
tank,
Oh, I said a lot of shit.
but
to
if
you
a
the
tank
other night.
rolled through the fucking wall,
I'd be
we'd
in
be
it.
up in arms against
I'd
it.
be in it.
I think what it really boils down to is if you can't insult anybody on a regular basis, you don't have any friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be able to have that threshold of, I'm going to be a piece of shit to you every once in a while. Welcome to Asshole Cast.
Well, we just keep each other in check.
yeah.
And it's fun to poke fun at each other. I'm talking about real hatred.
Oh, man,
I'm talking
real
about
hatred,
like
I
we
don't
are
get on
not
that.
friends at all. Like because I'm talking about women. This is what the thing they do is like
The hatred is real.
right to each other's face. Just like because I witness it, I go, it'll be happening right in front of me. Like this person could be just telling me how much she hates this person, and this girl telling me how much, and then I watch them, and they're better friends with each other than I've even had. It's amazing.
It's a facade.
And it
Because
almost
it's like a
fools me.
balance thing. Like a guy
It is a
in,
balance thing.
in general will be an asshole and a best friend to somebody in equal turn. But the intensity of the relationship being positive while they're together for women has to be balanced out by them hating their fucking guts afterwards.
So when someone treats you marginally, they probably treat you marginally behind your back. But if someone treats you so great in front of you, they're probably treating you terrible behind
Well,
your back.
they're not
I mean,
necessarily treating
are
you
you saying
terrible
that's
behind your
the-
back, but that's where it comes from. It's like
I mean,
to me, that's the way that I'm
I mean,
seeing it.
have you ever like? I mean, I think maybe couples do this, like, oh, my girl's so good, dude, my girl's so good, like this and that, like, and then you're really, but I don't think like the same sex or whatever can be like, dude, Turtle, you're so cool, I love you, man, and we've said that to each other,
Yeah.
but I don't go around telling other people, dude, Turtle's so cool, I love him.
And
right.
I'm okay with this.
I go, Turtle, I crack jokes on you, dude.
fuck yeah, dude.
Fucking right,
'Cause
man.
I'm an
It's
asshole.
funny.
Like everybody's an asshole. We're all dumbasses. We're all
But
just
I
bumbling
crack
around.
jokes on you because I love you.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I hate Turtle.
Oh
I
my
that fucking
God.
piece of shit.
That
Oh,
butthole.
hi, Turtle.
Oh, my
That's
God.
what faggots do.
Well, that's what unreal people do. That's what fucking.
That's why I said
charlatans
faggot,
do.
because I don't think faggots are real people. I think they're fucking character actors.
Gay people.
Not gay people. I said faggots. Louis
Okay.
did a bit on this, but
Yeah, the
it's
Bill Burr thing.
So we saw a couple faggots tonight on stage, for sure. Here's
Well, at
here's
least
the thing.
one of them I knew.
Here's
was.
the thing. I think faggots, you can tell them, hey, dude, that was a fucking faggoty fucking show you did. And they'd be like, thank you. And they do the fucking thing. Because that word is not just gay people now. It's that
it was.
action, that Allah, like
It was never supposed to be. And like at the risk of just taking from Bill Burr's fucking set, like Louis C.K.'s set, I think.
About just stop acting like a faggot.
No, like faggot was always a word that wasn't really associated with gay people in my brain. Like it was always just like that piece of shit is doing something that's not cool. It's a very
annoying.
uncool,
It's very
Well,
like
consciously fucked up
See,
kind of thing.
For me,
Okay,
I associated it with both, but I could decipher the context that it was used in to know.
Yeah.
it was a piece of a bit.
That's
I think
the
I think
thing
it's
that
super-
blows my mind the
super-
most is when people like I hear a lot of stand-up comedians talk about this as far as when they're making a joke, like Tracy Morgan, for example.
Tracy
Dude, he got ripped into because he made a joke about beating his kid if he knew that like his kid was gay. It was a
man.
joke, and it's like people take things and they just hear it and they're like, her, duh.
You're talking about like headlines,
Yeah,
fake
yeah,
news.
yeah, like
Buzz lines.
buzz
and-
line,
like the
Buzzwords.
clickbait.
the stupid shit that's just like, oh, you know what? I know it was a joke, but let's make a big deal out of it anyways. Like, it was a joke. He's not being serious. Nobody actually would want to beat the shit out of their kid.
Well, let's like I
Except
wanted to
for-
make another
except for
point
Adrian
about
Peterson.
the faggot thing.
Any sensible person that understands that that's not okay.
Look, so I thought about this for a while because I know I'm not a piece of shit and I'm not a fucking all these words that you can throw at somebody. I've actually thought about maybe I am sometimes because everyone keeps saying it. You know, if you this and this, like, but I know everyone's stupid.
Yeah.
But listen, the thing that bothers me about the suck a dick, love a faggot,
flamboyancy.
look at my dick.
Flamboyancy
It's because
type shit.
it's all about sex. Here's the thing. I don't like anybody who's just like, I don't like dudes who are like, yo, dude, I'm gonna fucking plow some pussy tonight. I'm gonna
this
eat some
is
pussy. I'm
an
gonna fuck.
interesting
And so-
idea.
and here's the thing. I noticed this tonight. The two people who are gay, the first thing gay people tell you is that they're gay. By the way, like, we didn't notice. But also, it's not, I don't go around going like, I fuck women. I'm one of those guys who fuck women. Hey, if you didn't
Yeah,
notice, because I'm
I'm a
talking
straight
like
guy, if
I'm
you
talking
didn't know.
like this. This means I fuck women. You know, like I don't even fucking know
that's
what that
such a
is.
fucking
So when you come
misconception.
out,
It's
when you
fucked
come
up.
right out the gate, just being like, everything I want you to know about me right now is that I do things with dicks. That doesn't need to be prevalent. That doesn't
I
need to be
totally
the first
agree with
or
this.
fifth thing that we
I
know about
absolutely agree with this because, like, as much as the culture should be not allowed, is a benefit, and they should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want.
I just don't know why it's so attractive to do that.
I don't want to hear
No,
about
it's-
anybody's sex life.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't watch
care.
Will and Grace.
No.
I don't watch Will and Grace.
No,
I don't care about that shit.
the reason being for why he would say something like that is because of the society that is
Shock
formed
value?
today.
How's it-
where you're gay, aren't you? Right?
Okay, so like
No,
we have,
I'm not gay, and then people get offended. It's the how easily people get offended that it's now either forcing people who are not part of this, I guess, culture, to feel uncomfortable at some points with. I don't know what to say to this person because I don't want to be. I don't want them to feel
Be
like I'm
offended or
being
upset or-
aggressive towards them in
Yeah.
any way. But then at the same time, like the stand-up comedian that went up tonight, it also it puts them in a position where it's like, well, now I have to tell people.
all about how I'm
Yeah, because
homosexual.
there's so many people that are trying to be the social justice warriors and walk around and be like, well, I'm going to be offended for these people because
Oh, well,
dumb.
fuck those people.
I'm going to
That is
just
so
take
dumb.
advantage of
There's
this.
always
But that's what's
fans-
No, but
happening.
I really do want to get on
That's
a point
what's
real quick.
happening.
I want to get on a
Say
point.
one more thing
Like-
about that is that I almost forgot. I'm probably not at the point. I would say those people. The reason they're trying to make you feel uncomfortable, and that's what I really think they're trying to do. There's so much energy in an area. I think they try to literally suck the energy into this weird place because they felt so weird for so long. They want you to feel weird.
I think that is keying into
There's a
one of
little
the
bit of that.
concepts
I think
because
maybe
And-
some.
and
the
also,
reality
as a
is-
stand-up comedian, if you come right out the gate saying that I'm gay, you put yourself in a box. There's only so many fucking jokes you can do now.
Yeah,
It's
I totally
stupid.
agree
It's a
with
bad-
that.
it's a
I wanna-
clunky,
I wanna
shitty, chintzy
contrast-
way of fucking
I
doing
wanna
comedy.
contrast what you guys experienced tonight with what we experienced that first time when we didn't know that one blonde kid was gay until like the last fucking second of the
That
thing.
was a classy way of
That
doing
was a
it.
classy way of doing it because he had fucking jokes because
He
he
did
was
have jokes.
he was fucking
And
making me
made
laugh.
he made a good point with it. He used
Yeah.
him as being gay. He said something about gun control and why would you listen to whatever. He was a social justice-y kind of little guy, but,
Yeah,
he
but-
didn't annoy me. He had
had
a
his
point
opinions,
and he
but-
made it. And at the end he said, "Oh, and they're telling that to me, and I'm gay." And he went back into the closet.
Yeah.
And they
It's not
came
even
back
just
out the
being
other
in-
side. Whatever they did.
It's not
Well,
even going into the closet. It's just
Well, it was
being
I
a
was
normal
like,
fucking
dude,
person.
They
Like,
said it tonight though. They said because a guy let off after a gay guy, and he said, "Well, it looks like I just came out the closet too."
oh,
He
jeez.
did say something like that. you
Yeah,
know?
he did.
That was what I was thinking of first.
No,
time.
no. My point is, I have a friend that's gay, and I was friends with him before.
Does that
he
make you gay,
came
bro?
out. No,
Are you gay for him?
Okay, boys.
and I was friends with him before he came out and said that he was gay before he made it public. But the thing is I
Is
know
there a Facebook button for that? Like, oh, I'm gay.
I think there is.
No, but
Like every year, I'll remind you. 5 years ago, you came out the closet.
no, but I know that like he wouldn't be offended. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's all this shit is putting these people that I know, like for example, my friend wouldn't be offended by a comedian making a gay joke.
No, as I would never be offended by a comedian making a heterosexual joke.
Exactly.
It's a little bit tougher to do that because
see,
it
it
comprises
is.
so many more people.
Yeah.
So a minority gets special rules.
Oh, you just Put your dicks inside of pussies.
Oh, I think we
You
touched on
exist
something.
inside of the majority.
So, is that why all
just
our
not an
problems are
effect-
happening? Is because we
This
have
is
to
not
treat
an effective joke.
This is not a joke. We have to
No, I
treat
feel you.
minorities different, like handicap parking spots.
No, I think a lot of the
Spocking spots?
I think a big
Spocking
part of
spots.
the reason why a lot of this shit that's happening with all this stuff, as in
Social
societies,
justice type stuff.
social justice shit, is because of the we have to give everybody a trophy. I believe that.
I don't believe that for a second.
I think
I
that's
think
true.
you're. Look, I was thinking of something the other day, and I thought the trophy thing, and that's been going on for about 15, 20.
It's been a while.
while, and it was just right after I didn't get a trophy, they started doing it. And, so
that
those kids.
you're all butthurt that you didn't
I'm
get
not
a trophy.
butthurt. I'm great. But the ones that got the trophies are butthurt because they're not getting trophies anymore. They're just like everyone else.
That's what I'm saying.
And so they have to create their own trophies or groups to feel the same feeling
Because
they got when they
everyone
got
needs to
trophies.
win.
Yeah, because when you
Everyone
grow up,
needs
when
to
you
do
when you live in a
this.
trophy world, and you grow up to be an adult and realize that trophies aren't there, or everything's handed to you, and so on, that you get disenfranchised. And then you got to look around and make your own bubble, and I think that's what's going on with these people.
I can agree to that to a certain degree.
I think it's the.
I don't think it comes down to
extreme-
trophies, but
No,
like,
it's a
but
part.
I
It's a
think
part.
I think it's the extreme level of coddling.
Yes, because the world's so dangerous. 9/11. These people there's rules. There's I lived in a fairly restriction-free life until it wasn't. But like a kid, a child, like when you're bringing in life, when you fucking starting to understand fundamental life experiences, you can't have a trophy. You just can't. You have to understand. You have to fight for something. You have to work for stuff. You have to fucking earn it.
Yeah.
And these people, and I'm sorry, these kids, they're not. There's a different thing. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of their complaints are legitimate, but there's this weird line we're crossing where they get to make up a religion. Is that the trade-off? Like, we left the world shit to you, but go and make your own religion. Do your own thing. Goodbye. I blow my brains out.
well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like what this culture, the cultural response to homosexuals, bringing it back to square one.
I think we're past homosexuals.
Of course, but really, what I'm trying to say is that the culture that existed before what we have right now did not agree to that. Like you
No,
watch
they were
fucking Friends.
artists.
You
Dude,
watch
they were
Friends,
working.
and they were making gay jokes. They were giving each other shit.
You know
with
why?
the idea
Because
of being
everyone
gay.
came
'Cause
home
everybody
from their
wanted it not
fucking
to.
job and they said, "Hi, honey." Oh, sorry. All men came home from their job and said, "Hi, honey. How are the kids? Great. Let's eat. Let's watch Friends." And that's how Seinfeld worked. That's how Home Improvement worked. We don't live in that
It
world
is
anymore.
informed by the culture, and I'm not gonna say that we live in that world
It riffs
anymore.
off each other.
But the
We don't live in
reality
that
is the
world
guys
anymore.
making these fucking decisions. We're watching that shit. Like, you want to get on a case, get on their case.
You know why these sitcoms don't work anymore? Like Tim Allen and shit?
Yeah.
It's because men aren't watching TV anymore. Women are watching TLC. Women are watching the fucking this weird ass programming. This fucking weird shit. Dude, think about it. These girls who watch the Jersey Shore are fucking moms now. And guess what they watch? The same kind of shit.
Teen moms.
Dude,
they were watching Teen
pooped
Mom
and it
and
was a
they
baby.
became Teen
I
Moms.
didn't know my poop was an actual human.
Oh my
it's
God!
weird
I didn't
shit.
know it was
I know
pregnant.
TV's
that shit
always
is so stupid.
dude. TV's always been weird, but
They are all fat.
dude.
That is
We've
all
added
it.
since I was in my teens. We've added like 500 channels.
Oh yeah.
It's just so
Me too.
much. It's and then we got internet. And we got all these special, really targeted fucking programming for certain people, and then it grows. It's these bubbles. I'm telling you,
What's
everything's
really
like a
fucked up is
bubble.
the bubble because you
Mm-hmm.
don't get an outside perspective. You don't get the argument.
But somebody's bubble's really strong right now. And it's these weird kids with these weird ideas that don't know shit about reality and life. And they think they know it all, and it's really scary.
I understand, but that's the same argument that's been levied against every single social concept for 2,000 years.
Social concept, but look at what our most powerful devices a social networking tool. It's different now.
It is different, but
It's
at the
so
same
different.
time, the core culture still is informed by this idea that the kids don't get it.
They don't get it. But listen,
They never do.
I'm wondering. Well, guess what? The old kids got to live through some real world shit. But
Yeah,
listen,
and I'm
we got
disappointed
new
by
world
that
shit
all the time.
Yeah, we got new world shit. I think the Civil War is happening, and it's online. I don't think anyone
It's
expected this to
starting.
happen. It's gonna be online. This whole thing, dude. We've already seen a few spurts of it. The fucking tiki torch people, with whatever issue or topic we're talking about. Like the biggest one is race. It's still gonna race is the best, right? Race is the
It's the
best
most
one.
efficient.
Then you got your subcategories, and that's what we were talking about. But then you have a really big one called Democrat, Republican, and we had to splice that up even better and call for alt-right and the leftists and all this extreme left shit. That's happening because we're communicating through machines. It's not mail. We're not
there's-
opening our mailbox and getting, how dare you! You know, we're doing that on with the fucking machine.
Immediate. Instant
Immediately,
gratification.
so quick. It's just fucking going, man. That's the war. That's not good. That's what we're talking about.
not.
Well, you know, I was not a nihilist, but I am a realist, and I'll say, look, these computers are bad because of this. And that doesn't make me a nihilist. That makes me say we're just using it wrong.
That's a good point.
We can be smarter about it.
I
But unfortunately,
I think
we're
that
not
these
going to be.
things
We're
get
going to work.
invented independently. It's not like they foresaw all these racially motivated
one's a
things
fucking
when
psychic,
they,
man.
Exactly. So we can't sit there and say you cannot make an app that does this.
Well, look
because
at
there's
Amazon.
no way to nail it down.
Amazon was a bookstore online.
Constant
and now
evolution.
rules the world. There, if you got some money spent on stock, put your fucking stock in that motherfucker.
It is a pretty good
Amazon's
bet.
gonna run this shit.
Amazon is pretty fucking impressive.
Dude. Like when you hear about like Google or something, fucking like we're investing, or like Facebook, we're investing all our money into fucking augmented reality shit.
You
We're
realize,
like,
you realize they lost like $50 billion?
it's a drop in the bucket.
No, it's not. For
No, dude, a
$50
lot of
billion
companies
in
have gone through it.
value.
It's happened
In the course of,
it
like, a
fluctuates.
week.
It's good. You want to fluctuate.
Facebook lost like $50 billion
Why?
worth
But
of
dude, they're
stock
gonna get
value
more
in a
back.
week.
Because somebody said some bullshit.
What the reality is they were fucking being shills for the Russians and allowing themselves to be manipulated, losing user data to
It's always the Russians.
hackers and fucking whoever was savvy enough to gain access to it. All that shit is out there now.
So they said, I've been hearing about this Russia, like that they are in our grid. I brought this up with you
Yeah.
the other day.
Like they don't necessarily have like their hand on the pulse of the whole thing, but what they're doing is they are manipulating the conversation.
Do you think it's a government, or like, do you think
I
they're
believe
like
I believe it's government funded.
like a branch of government, or do you think it's maybe
I mean,
a
like
militia,
a-
or
so-
like a group of smart people from Russia?
So
like,
in our country, we have the intelligence community, like the CIA.
Yeah,
and
but
we
do we
used
always
to
trust
topple
them too?
governments.
Okay.
And we used to fucking throw out propaganda. We toppled how many fucking democratically elected socialists over the course of like 50 years? Chile, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, all these places. Iran. Like, we
Syria.
did all this shit. The CIA did all this shit. So what the Russians are doing now is they're saying, hey, our intelligence agency is going to not do boots on the ground type shit and oust leaders and flip countries. What we're going to do is we're going to tear them apart from inside using their own people. What they do is they hire a couple thousand people to be shit posters on Twitter and Facebook and this, that, and the other, and then they spend a few more $100 million getting ad space on
so
Facebook.
it's privatized, but it's being paid for by the government.
Yes, and that is the core of the Russian government.
Just like our
in
government
general.
works.
Well, yeah, but like they're a little bit more intense with it. Not just the
Well,
convincing and the
far as
propaganda
the
stuff, but the
privatizing.
privatization
Yeah, that's
is
what I'm saying.
way more intense over there.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to lean to. Whenever you hear Republicans talk about,
Oh, yeah.
they want to privatize things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's less
So,
transparency,
so
right?
imagine
Right?
instead of an army, you had an army of mercenaries. That's the extent that Russia goes to with its privatization. It goes full hog. It goes all the way. Every oil company, every energy company, every transportation company that has real clout in Russia is owned by a multi-billionaire, a single multi-billionaire that has absolute loyalty to Vladimir Putin.
So it's funny. I was kind of talking about this with Bob, and I said this to him because we're throwing out these numbers like something about like spending $8 billion more on our military, and I know what I'm about to say. It sounds stupid, but it might not be.
Go
Is that if I said, look, me and you, Turtle, we're the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
Why the fuck should anyone know our names? And also, this is a family. We're part of a family. We're probably like the juniors of somebody. They've already done this for us. We live in secrets. Why would anyone, first of all, know our names? First of all, know our names. Know anything about what we're doing. And third of all, why the fuck would anyone know what I'm spending? You make a fucking straw man. You make
A patsy, a
yes,
pass-through.
Yes,
a
and we know
fucking-
about. And also, these numbers could be fake. I'm really questioning the security of our country.
The reality is, there's always a footprint. There's always a footprint, and you're able to deduce things from this idea. If some shadowy investment group owns more than anybody else, people start to ask questions. And
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that
People die too. Sorry.
yeah. It's not like these people are all in the open. Because I do believe that there are some old money type folk that have a lot of fucking clout and don't put themselves in the public eye. But
I
at
get-
the same time, like, you can only do that for so long.
I know, but I think the people, I shouldn't say people. I'm going to say dynasties. The
Dynasties.
Dynasties that have the money and the power don't owe you shit. I don't know, man, because it just doesn't make sense to me why we get to know anything. I think they're lies, and this is where Bob gets mad at me because I think that a lot of the stuff we know are lies, and I know sound like a conspiracy theorist. I don't really have a full theory. When I know that something doesn't smell right,
Okay.
it's one of
Okay.
those things.
My example here is, and I'm going to make a comparison. I brought up earlier in that conversation was the Rothschilds.
This is the example that I always see as the shadowy type folk.
Okay. So essentially Adam was asking, well, why would they allow people to know who they are? My answer was because I believe it's the Rothschilds. I could be wrong, but I believe it's them who own, like, isn't it like 98%
Yeah,
of the
but-
world's banking system?
But what does that word mean, Rothschild? That's just a word.
It's a family
It's a
name.
family. It's a
But what-
family name. It's people who are known worldwide
I know.
to owning
I get it.
all of
Well,
the
the thing
banks.
is, it's been going on for a couple hundred
It's
years.
know.
it's
not
something that
you just
should have
sweep
been
under the
stopped a
rug.
long time ago.
I know. I get
But
it,
that's
guys.
straight up socialism that you're talking about. Because
Can you guys talk into
Yeah,
mics a little bit
you're-
better?
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
right. You're
you
right.
take away that money.
I understand what you're saying, Turtle. I get it.
You can't just sit there and say that you're going to take it away without changing the system.
No. I understand that, and I'm not suggesting that we should. I'm just saying
I am.
in my perfect world.
Sorry, I am.
But anyways.
Oh no, these super rich people have all the money and they fuck with our world.
But we know
can't
that.
do anything
So,
about it.
We do know that though because
You can't.
my example is to your question as to why would these people disclose all this information, it's the same reason why Donald Trump ran for president and won.
All right,
It's
look.
because they want to go out
You're
there
getting
and they
on-
want to say, look at me.
You're getting further from the point.
As far as these people who you say have a lot of money and they shouldn't want people to know who they are
okay,
and all
okay,
this stuff,
okay.
it's more of a look at me.
I would
I'm
make
more
the argument
powerful
that
than
you don't know a shitload of the people that have a lot of the money.
Look, guys. What
Not
I'm
just
saying
Rothschilds.
is, we think we know and we're comfortable with that. I think that's by design. I'm saying if you have so much money and power, you have no idea how these people operate. It's beyond
Totally
you.
different.
It's a whole different world. They have consultants, informants. They order people to die. People are loyal to them. They have an army. They are shielded. They are being taken care of because they are who they are. This family. They have people consult with them how their public image is going to be displayed, and yeah, they're hundreds of years old. That's well enough time for them to understand how press works, how our media works, how our connections work. I'm sorry that I feel like we're being lied to all the time,
Oh,
and
we
it's going
are.
to be too late when we realize
Well, I'm
that.
sure we are,
that-
but
This is how this conversation started, is because I do believe in my lifetime that we're going to see a nuclear explosion in the United States of America,
Damn.
and we're going to go.
on our soil, I
Hold
don't
on,
think so.
and this is what I was asking you about is this: who is it, Russia or China? Because those are two totally different wars. And
I
where do you
feel
think they're
like
going to hit?
First would be Russia. before
Russia?
anybody.
Why?
Why? Because
Seems a
we're
bit of
pissing them
showing
off
their
a lot
hand.
more.
I think we're complying with them pretty well. I think it's China.
Well,
that's
I
the
mean,
problem.
there is an argument that would say that the Russians would do it, and if I were the Russians, I would probably do it in like Omaha.
Oh, can I go back to the whole thing with the Rothschilds, and you guys think you know, or,
something like
everyone.
that. Yeah.
Well, look, it's like, is Donald Trump really in charge of the United States?
No, that would be
You
his
think
Russian handlers.
See, exactly. There you go. Well, you think, obviously, like George Bush was being controlled by fucking Dick Cheney, and the
At least
oligarch.
massively influenced. What are you saying?
Yeah, so at the time that was happening, no one really knew that. Some people were getting ideas, but like now we're closer to truth on that, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like he's basically the most powerful
But-
vice president
yeah,
that's ever been.
But my point is that
'Cause
there
he had the support
was the
of
behind the scenes
Republican
thing.
Party to a point where he was basically creating the party line behind closed doors.
Yeah,
and
and
then Bush had to follow that or lose massive support.
But guess what? Those closed doors are in the White House, which is pretty heavily looked at.
Oh yeah,
We're talking about world oligarchs. We're talking about the richest fucking people in the world that know what they're doing. They're not in a house. They're not behind this door. There's no press there. The shit.
I
Man.
think they're out there, dude.
Dude,
And like,
who was
to-
it? Who
Go
was it that I was talking to you about? Was it Jesse Ventura or Alex Jones?
Jesse Ventura makes more sense 100% of the time than Alex Jones.
no.
and
but
he's
it was-
also a
And he's
moron.
pretty
was
crazy.
that-
He
it
believes
was
in
that-
chemtrails
Crazy.
and DARPA. Well,
No.
DARPA does something, but
No.
Well, yeah,
it
DARPA
was.
develops GPS. Like
It was
they
that
did
develop all the
some.
story
shit.
of him sneaking into that meeting.
oh, that's Alex
that
Jones,
footage.
the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah,
Bohemian
no,
Grove
that's-
is a real
That's
thing.
Yeah,
real,
that's real.
dude.
That's
I
what
believe
That's
that.
what put Alex Jones on the map.
But that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
basically the
that
only
shit
reason.
that you were just talking about. I believe that, man. I do believe
Well,
that.
Bohemian Grove isn't as
That's
sinister.
ex-presidents.
Look, so Bohemian
I
Grove is
think
kind
that's
of
a little.
look.
No, it's like an ex-president's club. they
Sure,
go around
but-
and they do weird rituals and they do weird shit.
I get what you're saying, Bob, but
There's
Bohemian
also
Grove
people
is
that
also
are part of it that are not ex-presidents. So
yeah. Okay, guys,
Probably.
guys.
Let's get back onto him.
Oh, it's fine. The Bohemian Grove thing is silly. It's like art. I'm sorry.
It's like performance.
It's
art.
like a performance art. Like George Bush, come on, that guy's a dangus, man. He's not out there trying to fucking like sacrifice people. It's a little retreat thing. They do some shows. It's like a show for weird rich people.
You know what?
Yeah.
Then if that's what it is, then
It
I
is.
believe there's something else like that is as real.
Absolutely, it came from something, right? The ideology of doing
I
this
think there's
sacrifice.
something
yes,
else out
absolutely.
there.
You know what
and
it comes
it's-
from?
I
Ancient Egypt.
I bet you it's full of.
I like talking about
globalists.
Egypt, the turtle.
I love Egypt. Egyptology is super
I
interesting.
know which version.
I'm telling you, that's what I bet it's. I bet
The
it
thing
is.
on the walls.
Oh yeah. Oh, what does that say? Bird, pineal gland. No. We can never agree.
Dude,
Oh,
that's what I'm
Jesus.
saying. I bet that's what it is.
They
It's
didn't.
a
They didn't
bunch
know.
of
They didn't
elite
know that.
globalist people who get together and do that same shit, but they're like
I hate
for
that
real
word.
about it.
I hate that
Globalist?
word globalist.
What does
Well,
that even
it's a
mean? You know
term.
all the globe.
Because every goddamn time that I hear globalist,
That just means I want all the land.
every
No,
time that
maybe
I hear
it's-
every time
it's-
that I hear globalist, all I hear is somebody saying Jews. Because it's
No.
always
Why?
it's the
Explain
same.
that.
It's the same
I don't
fucking argument
understand
that
why
the
people would-
the
Did you
Germans
sniff
were
that one
using.
out?
Unless
What?
my
Making fun of your
idea
nose,
of what
buddy.
Fuck
globalist
you.
is incorrect,
Dude,
That
all
doesn't
I'm
make
saying,
any
all
sense
I'm
to
saying
me.
is that, like, in my limited time on this earth, every time that I feel I've heard the word globalist, it's always referring to some Jew,
no.
and it's always
I've never heard
fucking
that.
Jews,
no,
dude.
no. Okay.
It's more Nazi
so,
shit.
So no. It's. I could see
I have to,
how
I have to
somebody
hear
would.
all this Nazi
I
shit
guess
all the time.
if you refer to the Nazis, I could see how someone could refer to it as that. But it's essentially, from my understanding, is if I were to say I'm a globalist, hypothetically.
What does that mean?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm getting to. Is
Cool.
I'm a person that's for a
Sodomy.
not like how there's like Canada
Nation
and America.
states.
Canada!
Yeah, no separate countries. There's just the entire world is controlled by one
Cyberdyne.
force.
Cyberdyne
Government,
systems.
One
republic,
force.
whatever the
One
fuck
banana
you wanna
republic.
call it.
See,
There's,
I just don't see the argument
know what?
against the
And that's-
idea that
I'm
we're
against that.
all
I'm not
fucking
cool with
humans
that.
One
and
dies.
we should be moving towards our own
I'm not cool with that.
goals.
You know what's weird about the singularity? It makes no sense because single dies. There is no one without the other. There is no such thing as one.
Dude, the
There's no
idea-
such thing as nothing.
My
There is no
idea-
such thing as infinity.
my-
It's just
My mind, when somebody says, "Oh yeah, that would be okay," no, it wouldn't. As
me
to
a reason.
kind of play off of what you're saying, to me, that's just humans imploding on themselves. As far as, oh, we're gonna have one source
One
of
government.
people, one group telling us what to do.
yeah.
all around
Where's
the
the
world.
camaraderie? Where's the
Fuck no.
you know?
Fuck
there's no
It's not-
balance.
It's
Fuck
not like
no.
one fucking
No.
person would be dealing with this
No,
shit.
no, no,
You
no.
can't
I'm
balance-
saying
Oh
one
Guys.
my
person.
god, can I get a fucking point in here? Like,
Sure,
what
bud.
do you think happens in 1500 years when we still have warring separate states, destroying the fucking environment,
You think there'll
killing
be
each
states,
other?
son?
Do you want super states?
I
Until
was gonna say,
someone
Do you want the
overthrows that
1984
singular
super states?
government
Listen.
into a
Where it's in
dictatorship.
constant conflict all the time?
you can't balance a pin. You cannot balance a pin on a teeter totter.
No, you can't. But what you can do is you can balance a square on top of a flat surface. Just so long as there aren't 100 different sized squares
Well, a square is four
underneath
sides.
of it.
You need more
Fuck
sides.
off.
Well, then that's 8, 9, 10.
6.
Thanks.
Stinks like balls.
Well,
I'm
anyways,
just saying, like, take
look,
1,500 years from now, you're not going to see peace if you don't have a one world government.
Well, there will never be peace.
do you think war
Why?
is
Because
necessary
it's
for
in-
peace?
It's
Not necessarily.
Think about that.
Not necessarily. Dude,
There's always
okay, so
nobody.
I always go back to the idea of Hiawatha. Hiawatha was a fella, and he existed.
I want to know
I
more.
want to
of
say
this
something like
person.
1200.
Tell me about this
I
person.
know of this
He
person.
lived on the was it Lake Ontario? It's the Lake Ontario,
Ontario!
area on
Yuck,
the
yucks.
American side.
Oh,
the
good.
American side of Lake
Hell yeah.
Ontario.
Blue.
And it's a nation called the Iroquois. It's a massive conglomeration. There's the Mohawk, there's the Oneida, there's a bunch of different tribes.
A lot
And
of
the
them that were in
Hiawatha's
Michigan.
great law of peace is that everybody throws down their weapons and we all go towards one goal as one people. And it fucking worked
For how long?
for like hundreds of years before the white man came.
The other thing. So there can never be one.
Well, as long as there's not random, completely unexpected white men coming into your station, like there would have been more or less everlasting peace
No,
in that area. Like it's achievable,
I
and
see,
not with war. It was all peaceful.
No, but I see what Adam was getting at with his comment. Is essentially what he means is inevitably at some point something came along and fucked it up.
Yeah, like, dude, if
It's
we
such an
have
outside
global,
force.
if we have
But it doesn't matter.
It does because
No,
it
because
is.
it was possible.
if
Because
we
it
have,
literally happened one fucking time.
if we
Yeah,
have,
that's all it takes, though.
if we have global utopia, guess who comes in?
Utopias don't exist.
Aliens. I don't think that's what ends up happening. Honestly, like,
Well,
I
fuck
see.
what you think then.
Okay. Fuck you.
That's just what you think. I don't care. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's what you think. It's what I think. I'm just trying to have
One
a
of
goddamn
us are probably
conversation.
closer to. So am I, bud.
No, and then
And
you just
part of
shat
my-
on me. You shat right on me.
Well, you
Make
shit
me
on me
real
back.
sad.
You shit on
Make
my
me
chest and I
real
shit on your
sad.
back.
I'll shit on your fucking chest, you
All right,
bitch.
you fucking chest-worthy motherfucking shit taker. I accept your chest shit.
No, but that's what I'm saying. As far as a global government, that it sure you can. I agree with you. That theory of all working together towards one goal, yeah, it's great. But
We're
you're
always
always,
trying to do that, I think,
going
though.
to have one outlier because it's human nature.
But
You're
is this
gonna have
back to the
one
bubble?
person that's gonna come along and fuck it all up.
Well, so like in the bubble,
It's
you
going
guys
to
can be all
happen.
like figure it out, be harmonious. But there's a bubble about to collide with your bubble, and then we'll see the stronger one prevails. And I think that's what countries are.
I guarantee you, when we start colonizing Mars, this idea of like nation states and a globalist
States are gone. It's
versus
so weird.
individualized kind
So-
of thing would just not make sense to them.
Then
No.
then good. Try it out on Mars.
So
but not here.
Elon Musk will be on Mars probably.
So America gets
Doing so
Mars,
good.
right? America gets Mars. What's China get? What do they do? What do they do?
Toys.
No. They're too
Stickers?
powerful for that.
No.
On this planet, they are too powerful.
This is what I've been talking about. China. They're
They're
so
gonna do some
sneaky.
shit. They're gonna do some shit because they don't want to be on the outside looking in,
What?
begging for scraps from the fucking Americans.
What?
So what do?
What if China is using Russia as a straw man? And they
I don't
even
know that
it?
their interests align.
What
all
if
that
they're
much.
so good
They
at
don't.
technology?
They're
Listen, I
They're
sound like
never
Donald
aligned.
Trump. What if they're so good at technology that
that
they're
was really do
Well,
that
what the reality is China is going
that
to
was really
fucking
good. I really like that.
own the electric car market because we've been too busy
so
jerking off.
that place, you say that place is so like smogged up. It's so disgusting. Well, guess who, dude? If
They've
if
been
you listen,
massively
listen,
changing their
listen,
country.
Yeah, they
listen,
have.
if
They've
you
been doing
live
really good
in
from
small,
what
like
what
you
I
have to
understand.
wear masks to get around. Guess what is on their agenda of doing? Stop
Electric
doing
cars.
that. Yeah. So I think they're
Green energy,
You know, when
massive
you-
reforestation.
It's like, look, it's like Detroit. It's like, look at this place crumbled. That's what gentrification is. It's like, China's going to gentrify themselves and be like, oh, we created all this poop cloud. Let's clean it up the best because we're the best at everything we do.
The beauty
They
is
kind
they
of
have
are.
like dozens and dozens of almost completely empty cities that they can expand into.
It's so crazy.
Almost completely
Dude,
empty.
Google Earth can't take pictures of it. Where are the pyramids? Why do I keep seeing P with pyramids?
Pyramids. No, seriously, dude. Like, they're immune to gentrification because all you have to do is just
not talking about
relocate
white
these people.
I'm just talking
They're
about
all
wealth.
it's ethnics, but they're all fucking Asians.
I'm
Like,
just talking about gentrifying
Okay.
the air, actually.
Okay, this is gonna sound really stupid, but can one of you please explain the term gentrification?
okay,
to me?
so you think about New York in the 70s, right? How blocks
Dude,
were
just explain it in
burnt-
the now.
Well, no, I mean you have to get the
Whole
context.
Foods.
The poorest communities of the 70s and 80s have been moved into by hipsters and white folk.
White
so
folk.
that-
Just say white folk.
because the reality is it's cheaper
have
to
more
live.
money.
That artists, fucking yada yada, fucking hipsters.
All right, let
And
me
what ends
explain
up
it.
happening is that they bump the property value up to the point where the people who lived there originally for 30
Can't
fucking
live
years
there.
can't live there anymore
Why?
because
Because-
the rent's too damn high.
Well, you know why the rent got high is because the people moved in and fixed it up. They had to rent plus some money to fix up the place.
exactly.
That's
The
why
people who
people
are
hate
already
art
living
galleries.
there.
Bobby, you hear about people hating art galleries?
I've
Art
never heard that.
If you see an art gallery move into your broken down neighborhood, get ready for gentry.
Yeah, dude.
An art installation is the first sign of fucking gentrification.
All these
Because
fucking hipsters roll in there.
Dude, you never see.
What's going on here?
No,
Oh,
some
I
black
feel
people.
Something
Some black people are rich.
Oh, I mean, like,
some
fuck.
black people are rich, and
Yeah.
but they're outliers. It's mostly these white. You know, look at I pooped on a canvas, and I'm still. This crazy, dude. It's happening around.
All the urban centers, dude.
It's all about the
Brooklyn.
arts.
Think about Brooklyn. What do you think of when you think of Brooklyn right now?
The bridge.
Not the bridge.
That's it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
but,
Beastie
like,
Boys.
The area. The
You're asking
area.
me. I'm not the public. I said the bridge and Beastie Boys.
Oh well, I can't argue that.
I have mixed feelings on that.
Okay, so like, what are some of those feelings that are mixed?
On one side, I feel like it's great because it'll improve areas that need improving.
But guess who it kicks out?
All
But
the
hold-
black
hold
people
on.
get pushed
Hold
out.
home like
Hold on.
Indians.
There's
The
the
Long
other
March.
side of me that's like, that's super awful that these people have to leave. Like, that's not okay.
You lived there for 30 years, and all these fucking hipster-ass American spirit smoking bearded
Oh,
motherfuckers
Jesus.
show up,
Just like Indians.
and they push you out of
are
your
Indians.
home.
Dude, they are
Okay,
Indians.
but-
and I think where
but at
Bobby's
the
coming
same
from is
time-
that he is saying what is wrong with making a place better, but
Yeah,
where
mass
do the black
utility.
people get to go?
Yeah, mass utility
Or
will
the
say that.
Mexicans.
You're,
or-
you're right. You're almost right.
I'm
on.
not right or wrong. I'm just saying what's going on.
No, no, no.
Where
You're
do the
you're
black people
almost
go?
right on with what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I get that.
is why I don't put blame on the people that moved in to fix it up. Why should they? Why should it be frowned upon for someone to want to make
I'll explain it
want to
to you.
fix up their house? The person that
Bobby,
I
Bobby,
get
Bobby,
upset
Bobby,
with is the
Bobby,
person that's charging the rent. Why do you have to do that?
It's a little more than that.
That's
So-
That's
not
the market,
okay.
dude. That's capitalism.
All right.
You have to, because you're missing out on all the money that you could be making.
okay, so listen.
Oh, weird.
I can-
Capitalism is immoral.
I'm going to explain it to you, Bobby, why it's. I'm not going to say it's a good or bad thing, but I'm going to explain to you what is happening. So, when people who are born in a community and have lived there for 20, 30, 40 years, all of a sudden can't afford their apartment because somebody who has money bought the apartment. It doesn't even matter about the landlord or the owner. It's a new owner. And the owner is jacked up the rent because he's renovating it. He's not just jacking up the rent. He is putting money into this place and making it really nice.
And he has to
And
make
maybe
a
his
fucking
friend
return.
bought the place across the street and made a super nice donut shop or something. And then it's really enticing to a certain type of person to move in there, and then it kind of spreads like wildfire, and the culture is gone from
Yeah.
there, and the people are gone from there, and now it's just another Whole Foods. South Park made fun of this.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny's house is right in the middle. Kenny's house,
So
they didn't leave.
So essentially, what you're saying is you're getting rid of the culture. So like the mom and pop places
Yes, gone.
that added the flair to that area are
What it's known
now
for is gone.
chains
Yeah, it's
of
changed.
corporations.
But what I would say to that is like, dude, things are gonna change, and I think that's kind of natural. And if we're gonna agree to live in a
feel that way too.
I do too, but it's called that. It's called gentrification because you asked, and that's what's going on. And a lot of people feel like super because these people who are living there are just getting by, and they're like, okay, at least we have each other, and at least we can do this. And then they see the white man as a bad, super bad person because they're doing this stuff.
And it's not unjustifiable to come to that conclusion.
It's not. I don't
Because
think
the
these white people
reality
are
is-
bad people.
They're not. They're not.
They're just trying to get a deal in this fucking market. They're
Honestly,
playing the game.
Okay, so the individuals that are involved in this, the hipsters and the black people,
Let's leave the
and
hipsters
Latinos,
out of this.
Regardless, all these people are just acting within the frame that they can act in, the
Right.
landscape that is provided.
Don't
for
you
them,
want
right?
something for a good deal? Good
You
price?
do. You do. You
Yeah,
want
you do.
you moved in there because the rents were good,
Hey.
and
Oh,
you
you know.
moved in there because you're a fucking starving artist. The rents are good for New York. That's why a lot of white folks moved into these shitty places.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Let's
Amaz-
let's
a little
be
amazingly
clear
cultured.
here. It's not all black people being pushed out. It's white people too, Mexicans, Latinos.
Poor motherfuckers.
See, I did something really cool there. I said Mexicans and Latinos. A lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so it's not just black people, but you know, when I'm trying to make the point here, he asked about that,
Yeah.
it's easier to understand black and white situations.
That's a good point.
All right.
Because
I'm not a racist.
It is a massive.
Sometimes I think I'm a
melting pot,
racist
like-
because I use the N word and laugh. And that, well, it's my context.
trade-offs. There's definitely
like,
trade-offs.
I'll throw a remote and say nigger. Because I'm super mad. But it doesn't mean I hate. I'm not even gonna say that.
I fucking love
You
black
get it.
people, dude.
If
I
you
would
if you're offended by
never-
what I'm saying, then grow a fucking spine, bitch.
I can live with
Anyways, that's not what this podcast is about. Maybe it can be about that later. It's not right now. But look, I'm not trying to gentrify this podcast.
that. We're not gentrifying.
I'm sure I'll be kicked out of my own podcast.
We have to
one of
bring
these
in the
days.
hipster frogs.
Ah, god damn it! KPL took over my broadcasting stage. Anyways,
No, it's an important concept because
It
it
is.
happens in a lot of urban centers right now, and it's a big fucking question. Do they move to the country where they're not welcome?
where do they go? They're
Where
like
do they
immigrants.
go?
They're immigrants in their own nation.
Refugees.
Refugees.
What happened?
They go to Canada.
There you go.
If you're from Mexico, you go to America. If you're from America, you go to Canada. If you're going, you go back to America. And
Yeah, and it's a vicious cycle. No, it's a good fucking question because the reality is these people have to live somewhere.
oh well, I think that's when the ghettos get more packed. Look, it's
That's
not a.
interesting. That's an interesting idea because really
That's
they
a bubble,
would,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. The
You
projects
know what?
are a
When you
bubble.
keep pushing someone down, down, and down, guess what happens?
explodes and you fucking end up with some shit.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna push back.
Civil War. And guess this goes back to what I was talking about. It's not just gentrified communities. I mean, take the numbers. It's probably like 1 million people at most that
Oh,
have been
no,
gentrified.
that's
you think it's more?
More.
Okay.
Oh,
whatever.
That's one full borough of New York. That's
Yeah.
what, 7 million people?
Jesus Christ. So
That's New York
yeah,
alone.
all right. So what's going on now is this like huge fucking scrambling of the eggs.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've never had this many people, and we've never had this much money.
Don't say never ever.
Can you do?
We have
something?
not had.
We just
as
don't
much,
know about-
We just have not had as many people right now.
Can we agree on that? At least on the alien topic, like
Maybe there were more people like way back in the day.
Can you do something for me with those eggs?
if it's
What?
sucking your dick,
Some
Turtle will do
eggs?
it.
Yeah, with those eggs. Can you put
Just say it.
some bacon in it?
What
No,
the fuck are you
fuck
talking
you.
about?
No bacon for you.
He's asking you for bacon and motherfucking eggs right now.
I will stab you in the neck.
That's
Directly in the neck.
We're terminating our friendship now. Where's here?
You're
Sign below.
terminated.
Sign on the X.
Yeah, you've just
You get your
you've just
bacon and eggs, but
violated
we're
the
never
non-disclosure
talking again.
agreement.
Last fucking thing I'll ever do for you. Get out. Anyways, Bob, I'm not a nihilist. I just don't like stupid people.
Well, I don't like stupid people either.
Don't be a nihilist.
What?
What do you think a nihilist is? It's not a person who likes to bathe themselves in denial, or not someone who's in denial. It's somebody who, think of nihilism as like a bomb. And you just like throw it at some group of people because you don't like them. And then you keep throwing it all the groups because you're addicted to throwing bombs at people, and you go, where'd everyone go? I'm by myself. I must be a nihilist. And then you get anal nitrate to make yourself feel better and be like, there's nobody to put their thing in my butt. My butt's dilated. I have to put a light bulb in there. That's a nihilist.
With the light bulb.
Put a light bulb where in my ass?
We're just talking about nihilism.
Oh, I love
nothing to worry
nihilism.
about.
Yeah, so
'Cause
if
there
you're
really
a
is no
nihilist,
point.
What is it?
There's no
You
coherent.
can be fed up and sick of everybody, but those are just the people you know. You gotta know new people then.
Yeah.
If you go to Hawaii, I bet you won't be a nihilist.
Basically, nihilism is that there is no intrinsic value to anything.
It's
There's
stupid.
no,
It's
no,
closed. It's a
not.
closed circuit.
No, it's not, because it everything just exists. There's no
Right or wrong.
purpose. There's no
Oh
right.
my God, you're
There's
coming
no-
back to this. Remember, Turtle, you're understanding now because I asked you about what do you think morality? You think morality is something shared, or and it's not.
It has
It's yours.
It has everything to do with the actions that the effect your actions have.
I like how you're doing
on-
like pounding a vagina.
on everything surrounding you. If you kick a dog, it's immoral because the dog gets hurt.
But some places see that as food. So to you,
Maybe,
it's
but at
no,
the same time,
it's not maybe.
You don't
It's
kick
for
your
sure.
cows. You don't kick your chickens.
Dude.
Why
If
not?
you're gonna eat it, you don't
One
want
of
it
the
to feel
funniest
bad.
things Chris Farley did was knock over a cow.
Well, you can to a fish.
He didn't knock over the cow in that movie.
Yes, he did. Oh, he tried.
He tried.
Okay, so he tried. Look, what I'm saying is that morality and virtues are not shared. They are not.
They are not shared, but I believe that
Is
you
it-
can come
And
up
also-
with a comparative study
Also-
to say whether or not one person's morality system
Is it raining upstairs?
maximizes
Fuck
it.
studies. No, that's a living room upstairs. It doesn't rain in there.
Well, it sounds like.
I have one of those fucking dry living rooms that everyone's raving about.
They invented this thing 50,000 years ago. It's called
Yeah.
a fucking roof.
A dog came up with it. You dangus.
Get up with it.
Had two of them. They were fighting over the idea.
Then what is that noise?
Don't know.
I don't know, man. Maybe
It
it's
sounds like it's
Maybe it's the,
raining.
It's
the
a
Civil
ticking
War
ti-
coming.
maybe
Who
it's a
fucking
ticking
knows?
time bomb.
Well, you guys probably can't hear it because both.
No,
your
I was hearing
ears
it.
work.
He's got the best headphones. I got
I
just
do, but I'm still
the
hearing
regular
it.
best. And you got the old best, which is half working, like half working, half laugh, half.
Half laugh, half.
Anyways, what
That's
I'm
the
getting
best
off
half.
subject here. No, is this look, let's not yell at each other this time about it, because this will be our third time talking about it.
Yeah.
You subscribe to a reality. You subscribe to what is moral, what is fair, what is you have don't interrupt me. We have integrity. I think we have integrity, as a lot of people don't. But to
Yeah.
say that there's a medium, it's shared somewhere. I would say the closest I could get to that is that don't murder. Murder's a
Yep.
big one. Okay, but there are cultures and have been cultures that don't give a fuck about that shit.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't murder their own people.
And there have been cultures that do.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of life in
it's
organisms.
almost always
that
a
do. So
perversion
so
of
my-
original morality.
my only point is that there is no superhighway. There is no place that everyone listens to. That
Yeah.
it is very personal, that kind of stuff, and it's not. You compare cultures when it comes to morality. That's why we have problems with the China and the Russia.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
when you are in disbelief by something that strays away from your morality, you have to adapt and understand that they don't give a fuck about your morality. And I go back to Neil deGrasse Tyson when he says the universe doesn't have to make sense to you.
No, it really doesn't.
That's very
But
important.
I would say that there are kind of like we can all agree that there's like natural laws, right? There's things that govern.
Here we
there's
go.
things
Here
that
we go.
govern.
Are we talking about
rocks
scientific?
floating in space, right?
Okay.
There's rules.
Can we slow down? Because you went. Can we all agree that there's this? Hold on. I might want to disagree.
Okay.
What is it?
What do you mean?
What are we all? What do you think that everybody can agree on? Besides, nobody can do that. But
Rocks fly through space on rules.
do they fly? Because that would mean they have to
Move
take
through
off.
space.
Okay, so they're moving. They're in a vacuum, so they're not really moving. Everything else standing still. It's expanding.
Well,
You
no,
see my
there's things
point.
moving inside of that space.
You see my point, though.
An asteroid or a comet floating around our star, yes, exists within the framework of an ever-expanding space,
And
but
what-
those things are moving within that non-static space.
So you're talking
It's
about
expanding,
you're
but
talking
they're
about scientific
moving.
laws.
Yeah, there's rules like that. You can't go
but-
faster
but-
than the speed of
hold
light.
on,
Yeah,
hold on,
whatever,
hold on.
that's a rule.
I don't think
There's,
that.
there's
Dude,
that,
oh, okay,
that
okay.
comes with caveats because you can move faster. You can move an object from point A to point B
Here's where you get-
faster than the speed of light, but you can't have that object with the force to do that. You have to be fucking with space time itself.
Okay. I have a few points here.
Go ahead.
And I want to remind you something. You and Becca were getting into it because of how you said something, or it was like
Semantics.
Semantics. Okay. So this is kind of like that because, like I said, object flying. Well, it's not flying, but I'm also talking about that. What's great about wanting to know more is because you don't trust what you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As scientific method. You use a scientific method kind of a flatulently way describing things. Oh, you kind of play, like, yeah, well, we know this law, so it all works like that. It's like, dude, I think we have a under basic understanding.
Oh yeah. There's still tons to
So
know.
then you kind of agree with me then.
There's tons to know. I'm just saying, like,
I get it's a good foothold, but I think it's hard for me to
yeah.
argue with people because I think of, without sounding arrogant, I'm really smart. No, without sounding
I'm
arrogant,
way smarter than all these people.
I was making a joke. But,
No, I feel like
look, if we're talking about science and like based on everything we know about our history, about the last few hundred years, we keep proving ourselves wrong.
over and over.
So why the hell would I fully subscribe to what we know now and not question? Questions, I've taken enough DMT and fucking acid and seen some shit and fucking go out of my mind. You guys love that I know that shit. I know it. I know that you
Yeah.
like that. I
It's
know
good.
that shit. And I'm trying to share with you that I think it's bullshit. Especially when I took DMT. When I took DMT, that shit took me somewhere and said, that stuff down there, it's not. It's like if a child drew a family portrait.
We're literally only talking about our universe. Our specific bubble universe
I don't-
is operating
I don't wanna
under.
be in that.
I know, and we don't have to be forever.
Well,
We
I
won't be
don't. I just
forever.
don't. I say, well, everyone believes this and everyone's doing this. I don't think that's good.
No, but at the same time, there's
I'm trying
concrete
to-
things to know.
I'm trying to get out of. I am in my own bubble, and I want to escape the bubble that it's like oppression.
Yeah.
The bubble I live in, I feel like I'm being oppressed by because I have to be careful about
Existence
how I
is
even
pain.
speak. And I know I'm not a bad, mean, grotesque person, but I have to watch how I even hold myself in front of people.
Yeah.
Even people who know me, I have to fucking take a step back. I actually can't even be who I am. You know what I love doing this is because it's almost like a slap in the face. I can almost be exactly who I am on this fucking microphone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
Because I'm broadcasting to people
Yeah.
who might be like me.
and not even just like that. Like, They
Or
can
ma-
hate your guts and love me, or they can hate my guts and love him, and fucking want to kill this motherfucker and love you.
I mean, I don't know, but I would hope that maybe I would spark some kind of other thought in someone like, hey, look, I think like this. You know, this is what I talk to Bobby all the time. Like, this is the thing is like, Bobby, all I'm trying to do sometimes, like, to talk tonight is like, can you just entertain this thought and see where
Yeah.
it brings you? And then maybe you'll have a different viewpoint on said subject. And that's all I'm trying to do. And because that's how I think. And like, I don't think that you're dumb or this or
Or you're wrong.
You're just like everyone else, maybe sometimes. But I see safeness. I see safe zones. And I hate safe. I hate comfortable now. You know why? Because I've always tried to live my fucking life like to the fucking edge, man. And it shows me. The worst times of my life is when I play it safe.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
I can live with that.
It's nothing. It's a fucking pile of nothing
Yeah.
if that could exist.
Dude, safety is an illusion. Safety is a complete illusion.
It's dying.
Yeah,
It's
stagnation.
done. It's over.
See,
Mold.
that's the thing. Like, everybody wants to complain about the fact that the earlier generations had this grand solution to their economic problems, but the reality
There is no
is,
grand solution.
if I fucking had to go to the same job for 40 years
I can't do it. I won't. I won't.
every day,
I won't.
every
I
day,
won't. I won't.
I would fucking kill myself.
And I will.
I would blow my
No, you guys, I will.
brains out.
And I've actually gave myself a date. If I'm 40 years old and I'm still doing sheet outs, guys, I'm sorry, I gotta leave. And I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't give a fuck what you guys think about that. The only person I care about is my wife. If it weren't for my wife, I'd probably be already done it because I cannot fathom what I could put her through. I almost
It's
got to make
pretty
her
un-
hate me.
It's incredible. I would not go that route, I will say.
No,
Not go
it's
the
so
route of
horrible
that.
to be like, oh, I'm going to shoot myself in the brain because I can't take this shit. And I'm going to leave a beautiful person with 10 times more of the pain that I ever felt. I can't do that. I have to make her hate me first so I can do that. I have to be like, I know it's dark,
That's
but
dark.
Jesus, Adam.
And I can
but
relate
look,
to
I'm
the
trying to do
darkness.
something about it. I don't want to do it. It's not like I want to do it, but if it's gonna get there, I'm probably gonna do it. Look,
Just
I'm
don't
trying
set
to,
a date, bud.
Look, I'm trying to fucking
Maybe
change
that's
it.
when you start
I'm
to
trying to do
think
something
about it.
different because I'm getting out of that pizza place. I swear to fucking God. In fact, guys, January 1st of 2018, I will not work at Hungry Howie's.
You mean
2019.
19?
Jesus. See?
There you go.
See, it's going by too quick. Of 19.
Not gonna work there.
No, I'm just not.
Just anywhere else.
Not just anywhere else, just not. I'm not going to work.
What?
I'm not going to go to a job.
What are you going to do?
That's the thing.
Slinging drugs.
No, not that. That's
Just
old
a
thing.
joke.
No,
That's an
he's
old
going to
thing.
be legit.
That's old Adam.
Dude, I'm going to.
He's going to be legit.
I will
He's not
put
dumb.
myself in a circumstance where I have to do something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do something else.
Something else.
Okay.
But look, I don't know, man. I can't get. Dude, I'm sorry to. If you guys see it as dark, but.
Well, it's just
You
I don't-
have
I don't
to-
want you to put all these like pressures on yourself for these artificial deadlines.
Guys, the pressure.
Yeah, I agree with Turtle.
Pressure helps, but like
Wow.
At the
guys,
same
what do you
time-
mean
to
pressure?
that degree.
Look, sometimes.
if December 31st you don't have an option to get out immediately, I would say don't.
At some point,
drop
you
it
realize
because
that
you
you
want
have
to.
arms and legs, and you have lungs and a brain and eyes. And that's who you are. You have your thoughts. You're not a car. You're not a TV. You're not a house.
We're completely aware that all existence is pain.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that's funny. I don't think that's
I
real.
believe that 100%. That's not
There
a joke
are
to me.
parts to that are real.
Yeah, I agree with Turtle.
That we gauge through pain, but it doesn't need to be that all the time.
I'm in constant existential dread.
Okay, look,
And not even dread, like just
I hate to do
Hatred
the
and-
the age thing here, but it's getting to a point.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm hanging on by a thread here, and I'm doing everything I can to change my life in a certain
Abso-fucking-lutely.
direction. And I'm going to do it because I'm really good at everything I do. I am. Everything I do, except for a couple of fucking things I didn't care about, I'm pretty fucking good at. When I apply myself, I'm fucking good at it. So why can't I be fucking good at something I want to do? I don't want to be good at making pizza. Who does that take?
Not much.
Fucking 5-year-old skills? You fucking morons. Like, I don't want to work somewhere. I don't want to. You know what I'm.
I
you know
understand
it.
what you're saying, and I definitely
can't-
fucking feel you.
Keep doing that. I feel lifeless as it is. But guess what? It was necessary for me to do what I'm about to fucking do.
Exactly.
I'm going to have a good story, guys. Don't worry. Depression is necessary. That's why people take pills and drugs and they fight their depression away. You need to fucking conquer your depression by yourself because that's where you get fucking ideas. This fucking
Good
thing,
shit.
and I want to talk about it. I posted on Facebook today. I usually post things on Facebook and I get a like from my wife. Thanks, wife.
Thank you, wife.
I love my wife. But listen, and I was taking this. I only go on Facebook when I'm taking a shit, and so I don't know why I thought like someone. I saw something about another attempted shooting at a school or something like that, and I was like, "What is the correlation? Is there a correlation between drugging kids and?" It's like I kind of like I think there is, but. I'm half awake taking a shit. Like, I'll be edgy. I don't even know. That wasn't the point. It's just to be. This is like.
Just-
Do anybody
just
know
a
what's
rumination, just a
between
thought,
that
like-
and the school shootings? And I think there is. And then I had the most comments I've ever had. 2. And
Oh my god.
2 people I barely talked to, and they agreed. I was open for a disagreement, so maybe we could open the conversation up a bit.
Yeah.
And I think there is. I mean, I didn't get anyone to argue with me, and I don't want you guys to argue with me. That's not a play, but
No.
and you drug kids and you tell them that they can't be kids and they have to pay attention. That will drive anyone crazy. I'm not saying it.
It's not
Any
the only
actions
factor.
are like good responses, but that's what human beings do apparently.
Can I say something just to
As somebody who's been drugged, yes. And I was looking to you.
for someone who's been on
You didn't want to put together the AK.
ADD
You got lazy.
medication.
You needed the
since I
Adderall.
was
Yeah, you need
in
more.
5th grade. I can say never at one point have I ever been so pushed to a point where I felt like I would want to go to my school and kill somebody.
No, but at the same time, you're living a constant life of an abnormal state. Your current state
But
on Adderall, on Prozac, on Zoloft is an abnormal
Can I
state.
make-
Yeah, but
Can I-
even when I was on it, I'm telling you right now, I've never felt
okay,
that way.
well, Bobby, these people who do these are outliers. And
I
understand
think
that.
I think maybe what you're saying could play a part into their actions.
It's always
that's
just
what I'm
a
saying.
part.
But I
Yeah.
think there are other forces that are added to it that cause it. I don't
for
think
sure.
that's
Social media
purely
is
the force
another
that pushes
additive.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
why
we
do you
have the
think
perfect-
6-year-olds kill themselves? It's because of fucking social media.
We have perfect concoction for what's going on.
6th graders. that
Why?
is.
It's a sure
I
for
was gonna
6
say
year olds too.
that's
Less 6-year-olds than
I,
6th graders.
besides car accidents, the leading
Really,
death
really
number
dark.
for like little kids are guns.
Accidents.
Accidents.
Guns.
We call them accidents.
Well, maybe we'd have to pry into their social lives and their
This is
livelihoods
skewing.
at
Hey,
that point.
you
but
boys, talk about this, I gotta make a drink. Hey, we got people listening. Thank you for listening to us.
Always.
Check out assholecast.com. This is where I'm trying to get the RSS feed to work. I got to call it AHC on iTunes. So if you're listening to iTunes, the real name is Assholecast. You can go to assholecast.com. We got other things like fucking with video games. We got some other ideas, but we're also on YouTube. YouTube's the main hub because they haven't censored us yet. But I'm
great.
going to
Thanks,
go make a
YouTube.
drink and you guys talk about
Stuff.
Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, Dragon Ball Z.
I miss that show.
Oh, it's really good.
I missed that game.
I missed
I
it.
play it on my PlayStation.
I've missed it.
fun.
I've missed it since the night that Ryan swallowed that change.
That story.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
okay, so it was like the dead of winter. It was like January, I think. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting in my parents' room, and a 5-year-old Ryan comes in with like this terrified look on his face because he just swallowed a bunch of change. And we go to the hospital. We go to the emergency room, and we get there, and it's been an hour, and we're waiting, and then a blizzard starts. A bad one. Like snow the doors in type blizzard while we're sitting at the hospital.
What year was this?
5 years, probably
Probably
99, 2000
Wait,
ish.
what year was Ryan born?
95.
95. Okay, so 2000. So yeah.
2000 something.
Okay,
Or so.
yeah,
I mean,
sure.
I don't necessarily know that he was 5, but that's what I'm thinking. Like early.
Yeah. And you were in Michigan at this point.
Yeah, of course. You think a fucking blizzard that snows the door in would ever happen in fucking Virginia?
Dude,
You gotta
where
be
did
a nut
it? Where
job.
was it? Was it last year that it snowed in like Georgia or something like that?
Yeah, it was
And,
this
like,
past year.
and it was like
this year.
insane.
It wasn't
It was
fucking
super crazy.
12, 13 inches of snow. It was 2 inches of snow and a bunch of ice. 20-degree weather in Georgia.
The South gets fucked up because they're not prepared for that.
Yeah,
They
they're
don't have
not.
trucks and shit.
And that's totally
Also,
different.
they got hills. The pavement's so smooth.
Yeah, it's very different.
Hey man, I'm just saying I wasn't up on the weather history that year.
But regardless, the reality is what happened was we got snowed in to the hospital and they had Dragon Ball Z on.
Oh boy.
And this is the height. This is the height of the Cell Saga.
Oh.
Like the new episodes were coming out. Like we were
third-
watching the Cell
Third
Saga
form,
happen.
final form cell.
It was the
Battle.
second form Cell that
Oh,
really
second?
fucked up my parents. That fucking scorpion tail,
Yeah,
dude.
when he eats
where he
people.
eats the city.
Yes.
Yeah, they put the strongest kibosh on this stuff at this moment.
What the
They
fuck
watched-
is kibosh?
Kill it. Fucking stop that shit.
Done.
We were never allowed to watch Dragon Ball Z ever again.
Parents are fags.
Yeah, they used to be fags. They used
Now
to be
they're
real fags.
super cool.
Now they're awesome.
Dude, I was so lucky. I honestly was. Like, my life was going great. And I had my own TV in my room. At one point, I even had my own phone. That's a big deal, guys.
Yeah.
Having your own fucking phone in your room in 1996.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
It's not a fucking
That-
cell phone.
I had everything I wanted, and then my parents were dicks and decided to be selfish and get a divorce, and then it was just chaos from after. It's always been chaos ever since that. My life is just full of it, and it's because those two people fight all the time, and they fight through me, and they fight with me, and they fight for me.
and it's
And I
super fucked up.
hate it. And I feel like the only way I can become anything else is to block that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I have to do that, but it's fucking completely necessary.
Dude, this is something that I have massive experience with because while my parents didn't get divorced, it
You
always
are so
felt,
lucky, you
It always
fucker.
felt. I know.
So are you. Nah, you're not.
Well,
You're
they did.
lucky.
No.
You're lucky you didn't have to live with your
stayed-
parents.
Your parents stayed together, but you lived in Flint. His parents didn't, but he.
It's different balances. It's different.
Dude, it
I
didn't.
guarantee you, there's 100 different.
What are you talking about?
scenarios.
It didn't start getting okay until I went to college.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah,
all.
dude.
Peaches
By the
and
time
roses.
you're the age that you're going to college, I've already done some really bad stuff. And like
Yeah.
just some weird adult shit that I just did it.
just wasn't ready for.
God, I'm gonna tell you guys some stories. Oh, you guys want to hear a story?
I do want to hear a story.
You want to hear a
What
story?
time is it? I got
One
Storytelling time, bitch.
118.
Shut up.
But we'll
No,
do this
dude,
one
I
story and then
have
we'll
to.
wrap
I'll tell
up.
a story.
I have
We'll
to.
we'll do the story, then we'll wrap up and we'll outcast
God.
and it'll be good.
You're making
Dude,
the
I'm
audience all
sorry.
fucking like they got anxiety now over this.
When is the story gonna end? Because I have class
I
in the
haven't
morning.
started it. Yeah, you're making
They-
Oh no,
They probably don't
we
know
all have
this.
class in the morning,
Jesus.
and I don't have pants on.
It's
I
a good,
definitely
test is
have
today.
pants on.
it's a good story, and I don't want to be rushed to tell it.
There's no
Go
test
for it.
tomorrow.
Don't be a bitch.
No, this is a great way to end this. Look, Bob, chill the fuck out. Okay, it's
the
not
fuck
even.
out.
It's 1:18. You got till 2.
Theoretically,
Bitch, you're gonna listen to this story.
you don't listen to this goddamn story.
I'm gonna leave
right.
when I want to leave. 'cause I drove.
Bobby, I'm gonna start telling the story.
Start telling it.
I'll tell it on my own accord. And it starts now. So,
Only a coincidence.
okay, Turtle, I'm starting. I love this solo.
It's
Only
a
we can
brilliant
hear
solo.
this music, not
Dude,
anyone listening.
Fucking
What are we
Eruption.
listening to?
It's Eruption, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, eruption. By
Yeah, that
Van
song's
Halen.
fucking
Okay,
awesome.
but then it's always blockchained with "You really got me."
Yeah.
You really got,
I
but they're
can't- I
two
can't
totally
cut
different
them.
songs.
I
They're
can't cut
different
them
tracks
off.
on a CD. If you ever bought a CD in your life, they're two different tracks.
Dude, I've bought so many CDs in my life, but
you really
Got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Well, I can't because I'm jerking off thinking about you.
yeah, good bitch.
All right, so here's the fucking story, Bob.
Tell
Bob
me
in a
this
hurry.
fucking story.
Jesus Christ.
We're getting too wrapped up in his reaction to the story. I just
I
want to hear
know.
the
I
story.
know. It's super funny. I'll keep going with it, but
I need your
All right.
stories, dude. I
All
need
right,
to
so-
get it.
All right, I have to set this one up.
Okay.
All right, so I used to ride a moped from Dearborn. I do need a pop filter. I used to ride a moped. I used to drive a moped from Dearborn to Detroit, and it didn't matter. It was fucking ice out. I think about like when I did it, when it's like how the fuck did I do it? The closest call I had, like there was a pole with one of those fucking things. Dude, I did not see it, and I don't know what saved my life, but like I was supposed to traject.
Like cut your throat type.
It
with
probably
this
wouldn't
thing.
go all the way through. I was going about 30, 40 miles an hour.
Oh, that would. If not cut
It
your
would
throat,
probably-
crush your fucking
It would
larynx,
crush
dude.
it, but like, I probably won't live. But that was the closest thing that happened. So I ride this thing up there. That was my transportation. When I went up there, I'd buy pounds. Like, put it in my backpack and ride back, and then we would go. It didn't matter what time it was. It'd be. I'd come back at like 2 a.m. Like we're going to Detroit, and then one time we went there, the tire popped immediately.
Oh man.
Immediately, dude. We're on a mission. We already told this motherfucker we're gonna be there to sell you this much. Like, so how we did is we bought like pounds at a time and sell it in like heavy ounces
Yeah.
and shit like that. So it's like, buy 2 pounds and sell in like 2 or 3 drops.
Yeah.
Quick money.
Yeah.
And that's how, and
Quick
then-
flip.
So it became like a schedule, but so we had to go this one. This isn't the story, by the way, but this is just leaving the house. So our tire pops, I'm like, seriously, dude, like 3 houses away from where we started, and it was like, dude, we have to get a tire
Right now.
So guess what? We pull out the wrench and we just fucking start hunting down the street.
Oh my god.
Do you know what that tastes like? You just like ready to find the tire and just like crank that fucker.
Yeah, take that
Okay,
shit.
so we found one and it was like just about at the end of the block. I was
wrench that shit.
fucking
wrench,
doing
wrench,
it.
wrench,
Dude,
wrench,
we're
wrench.
fucking, and then we fucking take tire. Just fucking as soon as we crank it, dude. And we all looked at each other like,
We're
fuck it.
fucked.
just start fucking wheeling it, like fucking got it,
Like pit
dude,
crew
I-
type shit.
we became a pit crew.
Yeah,
it just
an impromptu pit crew.
It was insane. Like, we got that fucking tire off. I got a cut on my hand because dude, this is part of the next story too. Whenever you wheel a tire, you will get cut.
Most of the time, yeah. Because it fucking sucks.
There's
too much torque going on.
gravel, rocks, glass. There's all sorts in a fucking tire. And it's heavy and it rolls. But we got that fucker was honking. We fucking running down the street with this fucking tire, dude.
Yeah.
Somehow, this is the thing. Like, we fucking got away. Like, we...
Totally got away with it?
So, like...
Oh my God.
And we went down there, we saw it. So, there's one time I had to go get it, and Randall, or we called him Quaid, I named him Quaid, and it stuck with everybody. He's like, big, he was like, what the fuck you want, hollow? He was all funny, and I'd be like, yeah, this, because I'd be like, yo, I'm Adam, this is Quaid. We were like Jay and Silent Bob, and it was like that, and everyone would be like, what's his name? Qualo? Quasar? Quado?
Quaaludes?
Like, everyone said something different. Like,
oh, man.
Everybody. And I was like, no, but, and then those people called them that.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how we, like, different groups of people, but, so me and him had to go down Detroit, and I was riding and he was riding a beach cruiser.
A beach cruiser following your ass? What the fuck?
Well, it's...
That's pure Michigan.
So we gotta go down there. Anyways, again, this is day of beepers and fucking payphones, man. I'm calling from a payphone and be like, yeah, we're in front of the Magic Carpet place. Fucking Magic Carpet place. I swear to God, it's fucking shit said Magic Carpet place. It's the middle of this, like, down to Dearborn, Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit
like,
is fuck. Like,
oh my God! So
where else are you gonna buy your carpet?
He didn't show up for a while, and we're there for like an hour or so. Like, all right, let's
The
just.
carpet guy?
I guess we call him from fucking heading back, fucking just. Oh, this fucking sucks. Like, I know you fucker. Fuck you. We're all pissed, and then we remember the guy who delivers to us has this very unique car. It's this purple, like. I say very specific, but I don't know the name of it. It looks like super, like, Hot Wheels, like, purple car, like, tinted windows, and we go, oh, hi, it's you, because we say, like, oh, quiet, what's up, motherfucker, and, like, it's going, and we're like, hi, yeah, and, like, he said something, like, he was happy to see this guy is crazy, like, he is running for the dude that we work for. He's the cousin. He's like a cousin or something. And dude, it's really bad. So,
Okay.
I feel so bad. No, I really feel bad because we go by and he's going, oh hell yeah, whatever, and he turns over to get it. He's like, I'm coming right now. Boom! By a fucking truck.
No.
Yeah. Fucking motherfucker. Like,
damn.
We're sitting here like, what the fuck? Like, it's sitting there, and the van, and it's like that fucking moment where that fucking, it just, the fucking tires flew off.
No
this
way.
Car. And that white van sitting there, and we're like, oh my God, and we drop her things like, what the fuck, and start going. The van takes off.
Motherfucker.
The fucking van takes off. We get to the fucking car. Dude, this dude's got glass in his mouth. His face is cut. And he's shaking and dripping blood. And we call out to him like,
God.
dude, oh, are you okay? What are we going to do? Because he's got pounds. Gave it to us. Put it in our backpacks. I was gonna say. He said, didn't even care about his health. He just said, put this in your bag. Take it.
Right now.
Go now. We heard, ooh.
Oh,
Dude, that
shit.
fucking shit, dude.
Oh, I'd be
and
out.
I said I'm gonna call Coon.
No.
Oh, I gotta cut that out.
Oh, we'll cut that shit out.
Oh, that's real. That's the name. So I sit there and I called him and I was like, Coon, your cousin, he's hit, whatever. And he's like, so he said, go, go, just go.
Yeah, dude.
He had a phone. He had a
Cell
flip
phone?
phone. I had to go. We took the shit, but while we were going, the family swooped in. There was like, we're about to go, and then there's cars there, and I was just stopped, and I was like, is everything okay? And like they came out like fucking mob bosses and
Yeah.
got him.
I fucking bet
Put
they
him
did.
in the car, and was like, and the one guy's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you fucking take that.
We got
as,
out of there.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. God damn, dude.
Dude, we smoked the shit we bought. We didn't touch that shit.
Goddamn no. Fucking
So,
no.
we
Hell no.
Dude, we called him the next day. We brought it to him. He gave us a quarter of it. And
That's
then he
some good
fronted
shit.
us up some other shit.
Yeah.
For some business.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like when it took off. Because once he realized that he could trust us,
Yeah.
then we were getting fronted like 2 pounds and we could flip
Damn,
it.
dude.
And that's when that shit got like,
Hot. Damn, dude.
it was good
That's a
living.
trapping
It
shit.
was bad living, actually.
Bad.
Dude, no, I was living like cockroach infested places
Yeah.
and like just like basically we made enough money to go out of our minds with every fucking day. Like if that even fucking
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
like the
like dude
the driving force behind most of these
Alright,
guys anyway.
So I tell you about the GHB story when we were doing this. And so Bob, you can leave. I'm just gonna keep telling these stories.
sorry,
So
man.
listen, dude.
I'll see you guys
All
later.
I
right,
could
buddy.
probably take one more, but I
I'll
do
do the
have to
GHB story.
cut it at some point. But yeah, the GHB story.
All right. So when we were living in the ponds, when we were doing this, we were living in Taylor, Tucky,
Oh shit.
Turtle Town.
Taylor's fucked. Taylor is pretty fucked. Hey, you said my name. Cut that shit out too.
I'll have to edit this. Anyway, so
Yeah, I forgot about your affiliations.
anyways, like this dude is there's somewhere so like the ponds was like a square, like there's people who lived outside the square and there's people who lived inside the square. It's kind of like a prison.
Yeah.
If you can imagine. So you're sitting out in front of your porch and it's just like porch. It's not even like
Like your porch is facing somebody else's porch.
yeah, it's almost like the porch is a platform for your avatar, and you're offering it to the next person.
Oh
Like,
my God.
hello. Like,
Hello.
it turns you into a faggot when you're sitting on
Oh
that
my
porch.
god. Full circle.
Fucking faggot. And listen, I don't say fucking faggot lightly either. But when I
Say
saw
it
about
heavily.
Taylor Tucky, that shit was fucking faggot. Now, check this out. This guy, I'll make a long story shorter than it was, but it's still gonna be.
That's totally fine.
He's the guy who gave me a tattoo. I was like, give me a Cottonmouth Kings tattoo because that was awesome. I went to his show. Another time we sold gas for the van. Anyways, that's another story. Listen, I got this fucking dude, he wanted my bike.
Just wanted it.
Yeah, I had a moped, so I was like, yeah, give me some like money or drugs. And he's like, I'll give you GHB. And I was like, how much? And he's like, a whole bottle full, a whole Aquafina bottle full, like a 24
Pure
ounce.
GHB. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, so I said, take the bike.
Take that fucking bike. Get it
So
out of
I
here.
had this shit. And so what is the thing with that is that how you use it is that you pour a little bit into the cap.
A cap.
And you take that, and that's, if you could think about it, or like equate it, is like 4 beers in
Yeah.
that little thing. So we start doing that, and it's silly. It's fun. It's
fucking good GHB.
It's cool, but 3 days into that shit, you got all that. You're like, why not?
Oh no!
Right? So you kind of start doing that kind of shit, and you're like, then reality really changes because
Oof.
you're dude. When we're doing this shit, we're doing this shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're not like doing it. We don't have a job. We're just sold all the weed we needed to sell for the week. All these drugs, all these cockroaches, all these fucking females is fucking outside. What else? It's just now you're on this fucking drug and you lose your fucking mind and you do some weird shit. So 2 weird things happened when I had it. Two good stories.
Two
out of
good
it.
weird
Besides
things.
just the norm, like crazy dumb stuff.
Oh man, we totally ran train and we fucking did the thing.
All right, this one's good.
Yeah.
This is part 1.
Part 1.
All right, I got this GHB for real. So like, I realize its power.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you, because like this is just post going to high school.
Just out.
Yeah, because like shortly after all this, like I leave there and go to Knoxville.
Yeah.
So like I'm still in a territory where I grew up and I know all these people there. I go to, and it's almost bittersweet because like the fucking thing I remember most about the place I was raised, like we go to carnivals and stuff. Like we had, I lived
Fairs and
right,
whatnot.
because I lived right next to like the Edison or the
Greenfield Village? Yeah.
Yeah, and shit like that. So it's like, that place is pretty cool. There's a lot of things to do. So, we'd always have festivals and shit. So it's like post, I still haven't, like, but I've, at this point, like, I've thrown some major parties and, like, I've done some things and I've started shit in the community. Like, people, I, like, kind of have a name for myself. But I'm going around, like, just feeding people this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to
blasting
get some.
people with it.
Well, I'm trying to get some money, like $4, $5. Like I'll give you this. Like explain it to them. Like, so, and I know some motherfuckers, and I had just fucked this girl. Like I don't know. This is always good. I fucked this girl. There was this. So this motherfucker was trying to fuck with my girl, but he didn't get it in her pants. Although she was a whore, he wasn't good enough to get my whore pants. I fucked his girlfriend twice. And he knew it.
Oh,
And,
he knew? Did you sell him GHB?
No. He took the GHB out of my hand and took a huge rip of it.
Ooh.
When we're talking about huge rip, it's like this.
Oh, no.
Because that's like,
That is too much.
it's so strong,
It
dude.
is the strongest shit.
And he was like, huh, yeah, you, and then it came like a thing where like everyone's around, like he made an ass of himself and he puked. And I was like, I laughed at him.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I did something, and then it was just hilarious. It was just so fucking stupid, and he got all fucked up, and he said he's telling people I drugged him.
You stole the GHB
Did you think
and
he just-
took a swig.
Like, did he in his mind think he was just a badass drinking my water?
Oh, dude.
Like,
There's no way he thought it
no
was water.
fucking way, dude.
Too thick.
All right, the second time, part 2 is the best. Part 2 is the real act.
Yeah.
Me, Quaid, and Lurch. Now we're the trio. Like Quaid's fuck. Lurch is Lurch. What do you think? Huge as
Huge,
whoa.
tall
Oh hell yeah, man! Yeah, he's a big ass motherfucker. He's older than us too.
Yeah.
And so I was like, guys, dude, you gotta realize like everyday life is like sitting in a hot apartment watching cockroaches unless I'm making music.
Yeah.
And being high.
Getting
I was like,
fucked up.
I got him. I was like, the electronic music festival is going on in Detroit right now. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I got this, guys. I got this much GHB left. We could probably trade it for acid or something. Like, let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, and I got him. And Lurch drove because he was only on the license in a van. He had the van. He drove. As a wheelchair lift fan, we made money on the
No
side
way.
picking up old people.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so dude, we were side hustling every way we could with that fucker too. the reason we had it is because he got it from his girlfriend, and the only reason he stayed with his girlfriend is for the van because she.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man,
like,
some
oh my
Detroit
God.
shit.
Yeah, it's Detroit shit. But so we go down there. We trade some of it for fake acid,
Oh, fake
and then
acid.
you get that's about an hour spent realizing what happened, and so we feel very
Violated.
violated and started heading back. And I was like, guys, why are we looking for drugs when we have them in our hands?
Oh no.
Boys, let's fucking split the rest of this right now. And there's this much.
No. That is a lot.
It's
Dude,
a lot. It's most.
fuckload.
It's a most of it.
Yeah.
It's a little under half. It was like. It was like right there.
Yeah, dude.
And
oh, I wouldn't want to.
we stood there and just.
Oh.
Like doing it. All right, so we felt amazing. We probably walked like, you know, in Detroit, like how the blocks are. Like
Yeah.
you know, we probably walked. I think we walked around Kobo and came up, and then at that point, Lurch was falling into the wall.
No way.
And it's Lurch,
He's big, boy.
big, and it's like convulsing. And like
Bet.
banging off the wall.
Yeah.
And we're trying to hold him and go, oh, are you okay? And then Quay's like, oh, I don't feel good, man.
Oh no.
I see, but look, I
You
I
took
know
that
what's
shit.
coming.
Yeah.
And it affected me, but what happened is that we were close. We were about, oh my God, like 40 yards away from the fucking van. And we somehow got him. So we got him to the van and then opened the door. And he seriously like Gumby, like, like fell into the seat. This guy's not faking. There's no,
No.
way. Look, like
GHB,
any
you're
of
not
this stuff.
faking.
This is not someone being funny while they're high. This is not like we smoked some weed and it was funny. No, this is like
I took way
there's
too
like
much
a
of a
parasite.
strong-ass
It's
drug.
like a parasite inside somebody's head. And so what he did was jump into the van. I can't explain how, like, his, like, imagine an animated body with a not animated head.
Oh man.
And so it was like he jumped in there, grabbed his keys, and started the van. And he jumped in and like fucking turned it like no, and he's like, "Ugh," and he just
oh,
out.
dude. That is about to be dead. That is about to be dead status.
So dude,
You
listen, I said, Quaid, run to the nearest fucking store and get some water. Take his wallet. Dude, we're in the middle of Detroit. There's
Yeah.
not just a
It's not just
So-
nobody.
God, dude, I fucking, really, I should have really told him what a great job he did because this motherfucker did find what. It took 20 minutes, but it took 20 minutes, but he
20
fucking,
minutes isn't too bad.
He came back with this huge jug ass of water, sweating his ass off.
Yeah, I bet. Is this summer? It's got to be summer.
Oh yeah,
Hot.
it's not hot, but it's enough. But he was passed out. Still passed out when he got back. So we poured it on his face, and then he went, and he snapped back, and he did the fucking same thing. He slammed the door and started up the fucking van again, and we had no stop. And then he was, and he passed out again.
No.
All right, so when we pour a little more water on him, it's not really working anymore. Okay, let's get in the van. Let's get in the van. Okay. You got the weed? Where's the weed? Okay, roll up some weed. And we're sitting there and we're high off our asses, dude.
Yeah.
Quaid's like, well, man, I don't even know if I can do this. and I'm sitting there, I'm like, fucking do it, motherfucker. It's the only thing. Like, I never really got like I was
Not
kind of
lulling like these
I was
guys.
like, but I became psychotic though. That's the problem. So I was telling him to make those joints, and when we smoked them, and then I was like, okay, let's move him to the back because his van has a bed thing. So I was like, let's move him to the back. Let's get him. Move his lifeless body
To the back.
That was so hard.
Oh, I bet. He's
Dude,
long.
it was so fucking hard for us to do. We got him on there, like,
Damn, dude.
on there. And then, I was like, okay, I'm sitting, I'm like, okay, we have to leave here.
Yeah,
We
you
have
can't-
to leave here.
You can't sit there on GHB and having smoked some weed in the middle of Detroit by Kobo. Fuck that.
No, like, the thing is, like, everyone else was gone by this point. Like, anyone who parked in that same area, like, there wasn't
gone.
many to begin with, but it became, like, when you know it's midnight in Detroit, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you look pretty bad there. So, I do not have a license. The only time I drive is when I steal cars at this point in my
Yeah.
life. So, you know, I know how to do it, but also in Detroit, which is, you know, already tricky.
It's fucking tricky, dude. It's a little
super
bitch.
So when you're not
And this
ready
is
for
before
tricky,
GPS,
you
I'm
want-
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
way
even think
before.
we had MapQuest.
Doubt it.
And so, you know, I do a few mistakes, obviously, and I think I'm doing good, dude. And then I'm driving on the road, and then I'm not driving on the road.
Oh,
and
no.
Because I'm nodding out.
Yeah.
Because I'm
yeah.
on this shit. And then Quay's like, "Wake the fuck up!" And he punches me. I'm like, "Oh, oh, dude, I'm serious." And I roll, and I'm going to like this, and there's a gas station, and I stop at it. And I was like, "We have to get gas." Because there's like no gas. And I'm thinking we have to drive like this forever. So, so I said, because Quay, I'm like, Quay,
I need you.
So I was like, listen,
I need you right now.
I park at the fucking pump, and I go in the back to Lurch, and I get his wallet, and now it's my wallet.
Wow.
Okay, dude, that's just what happened. And I said, I gave him $20 to say get Newports and gas. He got it, but I was throwing hacky sacks at him. It was fine, and then I take off from the gas station. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I came out and like there was a fence and like I almost hit it, but what I remember is going over the fucking curbs, like, and then we were at that point so fucking lost, and I just sat there. I stopped, and then I was like, I feel so fucked up, man. I was like, we should get a hooker.
We should get a hooker. That's the thought process. Oh man, we're lost. We're in Detroit. We don't have any money.
I had a wallet.
Running out of gas.
I got a wallet.
Let's
money.
find a hooker.
Dude, I got money though.
You spent all your
My
boys.
dead friend's money. I have
You
it.
spent all your boys, your dead boys' money on a
Okay,
fucking
so
hooker.
here's what happened. I was like, dude, this is so bad. I might cut this out. This might just be for me and you, but listen. So basically, God, it's so gross. We going around and we just see a person like, hey, you want to have sex?
Oh my god.
And then it's like, hell yeah.
Just jumping
But
on
then
it.
she gets in and it's like really bad looking. And it's and then she's like, oh, let's go down here. It's like, okay. You go, oh, we're getting crack. Okay. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
She's like right down here. So we give her money to go in the house and get crack. And she comes back and she smokes it. I was like, I don't want it. I'm not.
I'm already super fucked up.
So I was just good.
Maybe the crack would have helped you drive.
Yeah, but maybe. But remember, it was like, how's this going down? And then she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I was like, oh, Twade, do you want to do you want to ask this lady?
Oh my god.
And it became so stupid. Like, we realized, like, It's happening. Like, we
just
don't
got
want it
got.
to happen. And then I was like, all right, let's just drop you off. We'll call it a night. And then, I'm kind of coming to, but, the wearing off. Like, I'm not crashing anymore. She kept telling us some bullshit directions, and then I ended up, by my calculations, really far away from wherever we started, and to a point where I seriously was driving through a town, and then it turned into gravel, and then it turned into water. Like it was a
What?
beach, like it was a shit beach. Like it just,
The worst beach.
I can't even imagine. I might have been tripping, but when I reached that point, I was so mad, and this is where bad. I said, "Bitch, get the fuck out of the van," and then she didn't want to, and then I said, "Bitch, you better fucking get out of this van," and then she was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "I'll fucking kill you,"
Oh man.
and then she got the fuck out of the van. And then I did donuts around her, spreading rocks at her like she's a witch.
Wow. That's brutal, dude. That's that GHB for you.
Yeah, it was bad. But she was the worst prostitute I ever picked up.
The worst prostitute by far.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll put this out there. I don't care if people know that. I'm not that person anymore.
No, not
I
at
was
all.
out of my mind, people.
On GHB and fucking
Dude, it was
crack
crazy.
cocaine.
Dude, so my friend's still dead in the fucking back seat.
Yeah, did he survive?
We're driving like the sun's up by now, and he goes,
Damn.
He comes up and goes up, and I was like, "Oh, hey,
dude.
I got some bad news for you."
Oh my god.
And he's like, "What?" I was like, "We're lost," and he's like, "Well, we're like fucking 4 hours away from home."
Oh
The
man.
wrong fucking way, and that was the least and most of his worries. Like, so we told him like, yeah, we spent all that money and smoked all the weed. And he's like, hello.
Hello.
And he's like, and we got back, and his girlfriend was so mad. And then that's what happened. He's like, fuck you, and like got the cops there, and was like, yeah, let's go. And we left that day. We went and got our own place, and it was like
man.
whole different thing. We lived with this weird dude, and like, oh man, there's so much story there.
There's a lot of story left.
So much story.
Maybe we should put a
It will be
bookmark
important.
into that one.
Dude, I just wanted to tell you about that GHB
Because
shit
that's
because
fucking crazy,
it was fucking
dude.
nuts.
That is nuts.
Dude, I got way more van stories just about the van.
Just the van.
Yeah.
We should do a van series.
No, just
We should
I
do a
do-
series of these van
I do
stories.
want to do like I do want to put my life story down.
Yeah. Because it's wild, man.
No, it's super insane.
Fucking Detroit in like the fucking 90s, just crazy.
The thing is, I
nonsense.
don't want it to stop though. Like it
No.
stopped. It stopped.
Oh,
like,
that's done.
like, well, I don't want to be in danger, or create danger, or be shitty to somebody, but
Threaten
I
danger.
want there to be more adventures, and that's what I'm trying to create.
Oh, yeah. That'll come with time.
It will. I think there's so much, like, dude, I think there's always so much more to live for. Like,
Yeah.
now I think that I'm not an optimist by any means.
No, there's just always
Bobby thinks I'm
something
a nihilist.
crazy to fucking run into. There's always something weird to experience.
Yeah, but it's like when you think you know everything, then you don't.
Yeah.
And then there's
Yeah.
this
I've-
whole
I've
other thing.
experienced that a couple times so far in my early life. You know,
Oh,
like just
man.
my not having been on this planet
I
all that
think
long.
the profoundness of aging is it's kind of like tricky play on yourself. Like, nah, I'm gonna be me forever, and it's like, well,
All of a sudden, I'm not the same person.
No, oh, it's so crazy that I'm not that person anymore. It's
It's like, wow, what did you
whoa.
expect? Like,
Well, yeah, what do you expect? But I mean, it's why is it surprising? I don't know. That's the thing. It's weird. It's like
I think it's only surprising in retrospect because,
Of
like,
course it is.
it's the big jumps between a person you thought you were and the person that you've become.
oh, when you take that a little bit of your ego mask off, there.
Yeah.
All right, you want to close
Yeah,
this
I'm
out?
thinking we should probably close it
All
out.
right,
A
bud.
lot of good shit happened tonight.
Good asshole cast. This is the most professional asshole cast.
Yeah.
We're becoming professional assholes.
Yeah.
Can I make one point?
Yeah.
It's really been bothering me all
Uh-huh.
day. I'm having so much blowback from the Asshole Cast moniker, and I think about everybody's favorite person is Kim Kardashian, and it
That's a-
blows my
that's a
mind,
joke.
and the hypocrisy makes me very angry.
Yeah, she got fucked.
Yeah,
She got fucked. That's why she's
on
famous.
TV. Yeah, on the
On the
whatever
on
it
the
is.
YouTubes or whatever.
Yeah, and then just the mere little name is just too much.
Yeah, the alliteration in that family is
Yeah.
unfucking believable.
The thing, the sex it sells, the hypocrisy really hurts me. We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah,
I want
hypocrisy,
to talk about
maybe
that.
sex selling. That could be a good start.
It really bothers me.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy,
Hypocrisy is the thing that makes me most upset.
the church.
Mm.
Yeah. We'll touch on those.
We'll touch on a lot of
Next
this stuff
Assholecast?
next time in Assholecast.
Asshole gas.
Assholecast!
Sounds like shit.
GHB for the win. Motherfucker. That is smoking crack. Minecraft.
Listen to Asshole Cast number 7 or 6.